Home ain't ever what you wanted it to be. So you packed your things and you left. Took a train, left somewhere out west, and you found what looks like hope. You take that little bit of change you got in your pocket and you build a ranch, maybe a nice little family. But unfortunately, there's never hope. Welcome to Crystal Grit. Mind your pistols now.
And hello, everybody! Yeehaw and all that. This is our new campaign. Welcome. I get to be a DM again, which means I get to be God and kill people. But if you could not tell already, we've done. I say we. Our main man Jonesy convinced our players to do a little more dress up, a little more aesthetic RP this go around. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I think they look wonderful, as they are all my very good friends, as I neglected to point out as part of my very first sentence. But this is going to be another one of our short form campaigns, similar to our last Blood Silver game, but this one's set in the Wild West with a twist, a little fantasy still. So without further ado, we're going to begin to get on into it. Many tread the roads and trails of Eucryptidal, the desperate, the hateful, the hopeful, the evil, and every so often, those who wish to do good. But after they pass through or pass on, all that's left are whispers in the dust. So, my wonderful gunslingers, even though some of you don't sling guns, we are zooming back in on the mining town of Crystal Grit, located on the continent known as Eucryptidal, the Wild West, the frontier land in this world. And we're going to zoom in on the Sunrise Saloon, owned by our very own Belle. Into the kitchen, actually, as she and her general manager and sometimes bouncer, sometimes just general problem solver, Callie, are there with their employees, Doves, cook, waiters, waitresses, Billy the bartender. I believe y'all were having a quick conversation, if you would.
All right, now did everybody get something to eat? All right. Everybody say thank you to Pax once again, because he is always looking out for us and our nutritional well-being. All right, but before we dig in and before we all depart, I know y'all, some of us eat a little faster than others. Put that fork down. I want to remind y'all that we are working on the floor. Of course, we enjoy our jobs. We are lucky that we are able to be in a place where we can enjoy ourselves and interact and mingle with our townsfolk and our neighbors. But may I remind you, we are working. So please keep your mind on business tonight. I've heard that there are some distractions coming around. Does anybody feel like they might need a little backup? A little, battle buddy, as it were.
Oh no, Miss Bell, I think I'll be just fine by myself tonight. As Ella points out, she's just seems to be in between, this paying only minor attention to her food, seems to be kind of in a bit of cutlery, kind of seems to be redoing a little bit of makeup.
Yes, Ella, my darling. I'm sure you will. Lisa, darling, sweetheart, can
Yeah.
you please keep an eye on Ella and make sure she's keeping her mind on business tonight? The more I think about it, the more I think that just having somebody to kind of help us keep our head in the game might be a good idea. I've heard that there are some large crowds coming in, so we might be quite busy. So a little bit of somebody to help us out and keep going. And don't forget, we will probably want them to be coming up. If they ask for drinks, right? Make sure you let Billy know which drinks are the Z drinks and which ones are just for you. Remember?
Bunch of nods and everything. Give me a quick insight check, actually.
Y'all, I can't see my dice.
First roll of the first roll of the actual campaign.
Don't mess
First
it up.
roll of the campaign.
Natural
Oh
one,
my
go.
lord.
All up you.
Goodness.
Natural 20 incoming.
Let's go.
Let it be, let it be, let it be. Let it be.
What are you doing? What is this? Where? I can't see where your arm's going.
Oh,
Hold on.
it's a 10. 10. It's just 10.
10 total.
Yeah.
I'll say it was not a hard check. You do kind of catch you told Lissa to keep an eye on Ella, you know, and whatnot. You do see a bit of like a kind of they side like they kind of glance at each other, and you sense a slight conspiratorial air between the two of them. But
So who can tell me about this new guest we have staying at our fine establishment? I've heard he's quite the entertainer.
you get a response from Lynn. Well, Ella, he's a handsome man. He's quite skilled on the piano. Drew a lot of attention not long after he first came in.
I'm sure he
Took his
did.
bags up to his room. He was satisfied.
How satisfied was he, Lynn? Does he owe me money?
Oh, no.
Okay.
His eyes wandered.
What?
Miss Bell, if you would like to tell our fine folks about the folks from the Marshalls coming in a couple weeks.
Oh, yes, we do have. They're going to. Please remind me, Callie. My head has been all over the place today trying to get ready for dinner tonight. When did they say they'd be arriving, dear?
2 to 3 weeks is all.
They won't arrive for 2 or 3 weeks. Is that correct?
Correct, but
Okay.
we have to make sure the establishment is well taken care of and making sure that our regulars are notified.
Oh,
And I look to
yes,
like
indeed.
a couple of the other dubs of like the some of the ones that are doing sort of the shadier stuff.
Absolutely. And don't forget, my darling doves, if you need help waiting on tables, everybody else is here to help you. But if you are not busy, you will be helping to wait on the tables. Am I clear? We all help one another.
Get a faint chorus of yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
All right. And I want those tables cleaned. I saw the other day the table in the back corner had crumbs on it, and that will not do. That is not how we do things here at the Sunrise Saloon.
Another
All right,
chorus.
now.
Yes, of course.
Of course. I know. Now, my last thing that I have to say, besides thanking Callie for making sure that we're keeping me on track, the last thing, some of you may have heard that there was a bit of an incident in the street last night. So I have been assured that we are all safe and everything is fine. But in the meantime, may I remind you, when you go out at night, make sure you have a friend with you. And I mean a Sunrise friend, not just a friend. Am I clear?
Yes,
You
ma'am,
let
of
Billy-
course.
You let Billy or myself know if you leave so that we know who's gone and who's here. We know who to worry about. Am I clear?
Another
All right.
round. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Y'all may finish your dinner. and then get ready. We don't have too much time, and I believe, Callie, do I have a visitor
Yes, Miss
waiting
Bell.
on the stoop?
Yes. A very strange fellow. Should I let him in, or do you want me to wait another 10 minutes or so?
Well, I'm through with my meal. Are you finished eating, ma'am? I don't want to take you away from your supper.
I am done. I'm more than happy to get him situated in the saloon before I make my way to my other obligations this evening.
You are such a doll. Thank you, dear. You've been such a help. Let's do this. If our guest does not mind checking his weapons as per the sign outside of our establishment, then he may meet with me in my office. If he prefers to not check his weapons, then I will meet with him at the rocking chairs at the end of the boardwalk.
You got it, ma'am. I go out of the kitchen to the front of the saloon.
So, swinging doors open. Mr. King, as you have made yourself known here within town, doors open. And we're actually going to go upstairs real quick. Professor, you have made your way upstairs. A while ago, you went to refresh yourselves, perhaps soothe your tired feet from your travels. You've been up here for a good bit. What are you doing?
The first thing that was done was to make sure that my chest was still locked and untampered with.
Oh, of course. Not that you can see. Anyway.
Grimace at my unimpressive coin purse. And then begin to clean the dust of travel off, as I've just gotten into town this evening. And then just rest a bit. I'm in no rush.
You just staying up in your room for now?
Just for a few moments, probably till what time is it right now, give or take?
At this point, it's getting into the later afternoon, evening, or later afternoon, early evening.
That being the case, sorry, I thought it was a little bit earlier than that. Once the dust has been shaken off the one shirt I have with me, perish the thought. The boots have been polished. The belt has been polished. The hair has been cleaned. The face and hands have been cleaned. We'll be going for a walkabout around town. I will be bringing the gun belt with the 2 revolvers and the purse gun tucked into the boot, but still like holding the belt.
Right.
It was in the chest, so I couldn't check it when we walked in. This is not a Yep.
I'm just saying, just as you're coming down, yeah, this was not a concealed. I was going to remind you that if you come out wearing your gun belt, you had seen the sign as you walked in, but...
Yep, nope, holding it
already
like hand up
yourself.
to the bartender. I'll be checking it on my way back in. It was packed in my things. I'm about to be out for a bit of a walk.
Crossing floor of the saloon, as you do. Callie, you have gone to fetch your feline visitor. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. All right, Mr. King. I believe that we are now serving dinner and other pleasures of the evening. You can check your weapons, like the sign says. Miss Bell said she's happy to chat with you. If you are unwilling to check your weapons, you can wait right over there. And I point to a set of rocking chairs on our front porch.
She free to come out soon?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Fortune.
All
As
right.
you turn, re-entering the saloon, you set your eyes upon Mr. Professor. If you could describe your character.
Who'd you say?
Mr. Professor. Geist.
Sorry, I'm not used to answering to Professor yet.
Hey man,
so
you're the one using different identities.
Oh, that
Round
ain't
them
even
all.
it. It's just the new character altogether. I have been addressed. Yes.
You're not being
Probably
addressed. I'm
almost as
asking you to describe your character as Callie is re-entering the saloon as you are crossing and about to exit.
Ah, yes. Okay. I forgot that we weren't recording for the pre-game.
Yeah, you're good.
As probably uncharacteristic for the area, smartly dressed gentleman in a clean white shirt that once upon a time had been pressed, but it's been a minute since that could be refreshed, and a floral print glossy vest with a glossy tie, gold in color, with kind of a golden white overall theme. He is wearing gleaming leather boots and belt with a gun belt over, with white wooden handles, and his light blonde hair, a little long on top, is kind of combed over to one side. There's a little bit of scruff, a little long from the road. Probably needs a shave. Generally, stereotypically handsome man, very Calvin Klein.
So you see a fairly tall Summer Eladrin, plaid shirt, clean jeans, hands on her hips. Sir, I see that you have your weapons in your hand. I do hope that you will be checking those at the door if you're going to be staying for supper.
I'm actually on my way up, ma'am. I'll be returning them to you once I get back.
See that you do. Miss Bell,
Of course.
Okay.
Gives you a wink before he walks out.
Walking out.
To note, he does not strap on the belt until he has crossed the threshold.
I'm not inside anymore.
Yeah.
Fair.
I peek into the kitchen and tell Miss Bell that Mr. King is sitting on the porch waiting for her.
Okay, fine. Thank you, darling. And what time are you going to be leaving, dear? Soon.
I can get everything situated in the parlor for a little bit before I head out. So maybe 15 minutes if you need me here.
Absolutely. Thank you, darling. And can you remind Billy that he was going to introduce us to that new person that he said might be able to assist you at the front, at the door?
Oh yeah, I
Thank
will
you,
do that.
darling.
Mhm.
And I'll go outside.
Stepping outside.
Stride.
Kind of, we're slightly offset. Clyde, you see the previously described gentleman step out. Seems to be with purpose. Strap on his gun belt. Any stop to converse, or are you letting him just go on his way?
No, I wouldn't stop the gentleman. I'd probably kind of eye him, unabashed, kind of in a heightened state, with nerves being as high as they currently are.
Surely. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Full on big pupils.
I've got glasses on, so might not see them full on, but yeah.
Right. Professor, Geist, whatever you prefer for me to refer to you as the omniscient storyteller. You step out
Push
into
it.
the street. And I guess before we circle back to the conversation between Belle and Clyde, are you going anywhere in particular, guys?
He's just going to do kind of a circle of the
Just
town. Or if
kinda-
it's just one street and up and down.
It's a few
This is
different.
his-
It's a
his
couple like
first-
intersections and stuff. It's not very big, but it's like you said, it's a population of like 500 to 600 folks. So I mean, it's got a couple streets. Okay, like they're
We
pretty big
now.
town. All right.
Yeah, we're just doing a walkabout. This is his first little just got into town, packed his stuff. See what there is to see real quick.
Stepping out into the dirt street, striding off, shortly followed by Miss Bell, the proprietor of the Sunrise Saloon. And you and Clyde lay eyes on each other. Which of you would like to describe your character first for each other in the audience?
Sure, I'll go first. Clyde is a 40-inch tall tabaxi. He's got calico colors, so he's got some orange, a little bit of tan, and black and white, all mixed in together in just a kind of haphazard fashion. And he actually has a little mustache growing across his nose with the whiskers hanging out, and big, reflective, circular orange glasses that kind of hold an almost glow behind the backs of them, if you look closely. And amongst the glasses and the weird glow in his eyes, his face looks like it has been in years and years of street fights. He has scars pretty much. He's lost many fights and maybe looks like he's had a rough time of things at some point. But other than that, he has on pretty standard clothes. Like, he looks like a normal farmer that suddenly has donned some armor and a lot of weapons and looks ready to kill some people.
How heavily armed is this 3'4" kitty cat?
He's got two very large revolvers for his side, and kind of slung over his back at an angle is a Winchester type kind of rifle, and a short sword at his hip that has like a spiked handguard on it that's made for bashing and slashing if need be. It is not an implement for hunting, it is an implement for fighting, very clearly. But yeah, so he definitely looks like a mixture of two worlds.
All right. And Miss Bell, if you could describe your character.
So, as Belle steps out, you see a 5'11" and 3/4 tiefling who is her skin's fairly kind of like a purple tone, horns black and red. She's dressed, at first glance, she looks a bit festive, right? Because like her top is red and, her skirt is kind of like got a little scarf around her waist and everything. But if you pay close attention, you realize that these are very practical garments, right? The skirt quickly can be pulled up and tied into a pair of breeches if necessary. Her shoes are not, while they are adorned with some sparklies, they are not delicate. They have a low heel. She can run in them. She has, her long tail that mostly she keeps tucked up underneath her skirt. It will twitch if you notice if she gets a mood. And at her side is a large black dog. He is about hip height to her. She can, as she walks, he's tall enough that she can trail the very tips of her fingers on his shoulder blades. And he is pretty much glued to her with every step she takes. He's friendly enough. He doesn't seem intimidating at all. He's just all black and right there.
Well,
He's also medium-sized,
yeah.
in the D&D sense.
Well,
Yeah, medium.
I forgot to add. I also have a dog with me named Turnip. Is a big mastiff and is taller than Clyde is. It's just hanging out on the front stoop, just probably idly petting and waiting for you to come in.
Stoop dog.
Stoop
Dog
cat.
on the stoop. Stoop cat. Wonderful. Well, two of you step out. Belle, you presume this is the guest that had wished to speak to you, the Mr. King.
DM, would Belle know him? Would she recognize him at all, or not too much? Or
could, let's see. It was discussed that Clyde has spent basically no time in the as you had told me, he didn't really go anywhere to socialize. So you could.
The most socialization he probably had is whenever his son would come into town for like festivals and stuff. He would accompany him there, so he didn't have like a super sheltered childhood.
You can roll history with wisdom for me. if you want. We'll give it a chance. It'll be difficult because he was not a super sociable guy, but it's not impossible that you would have at least seen him around. But it's a question of whether you remember.
Where's wisdom? So it'd be a 12.
12.
Today is the day of 10s, apparently.
Unfortunately,
Just letting you know.
he doesn't look familiar.
Okay. So I'll walk over there, and my dog just ignores everybody. It's like friendly. Yes. Were you the gentleman who was waiting to see me?
That's right. About a week ago.
Thank you for your patience, sir. I appreciate you. What can I do for you?
Need to ask about a few people who came through here. About a week ago, Dragonborn, human-looking fella, Bugbear, kind of traveling together. Any of those people ring a bell? Dangerous?
Damn, do any of those people ring a bell?
I will say I want you to roll another history with wisdom, but this time rolling an advantage for me.
That's good. Oh, thank goodness for advantage. Okay, so this time it's a dirty 20.
Hey,
Otherwise,
you-
it's gonna be ugly.
You recall the trio. You weren't the biggest fan of their patronage. They didn't cause any trouble in the Sunrise, but they basically partook of the food here and the rooms. They did not employ the services of any of the doves. They did not purchase any of the Zeds or the pop. Like they didn't purchase any drugs. They didn't purchase any company. And they didn't spend a ton of time in the Sunrise itself. And then as soon as they did cause trouble, I mean, Ada is y'all aren't rivals, but I mean, better for trouble to happen over at the Black Diamond than here in the Sunrise. And they left very shortly thereafter.
They do sound familiar, as a matter of fact. I believe, if I recall correctly, they stayed in the rooms and they did eat. They didn't seem a particularly pleasant group of folk. So I did encourage them that they may find more of entertainment suiting their personality over at the Black Diamond. And they did take me up on that. So they stayed for a couple of nights. They took meals, but they didn't stay with us more than that.
You rolled a dirty 20, actually. So I'm sorry, I'm being a little stingy. I'll say, like, due to their kind of unpleasant general manner, you kept a closer eye on them than maybe otherwise, because they did seem like they could cause trouble, and you kind of had a knew it would happen kind of moment when you heard something happened over at the Black Diamond. And you had known that they seemed to be hunting. They were seeking bounties while they were in town, and that very specifically they seemed to be asking after if there was any rumor of kind of gang activity in the area. If anybody had been had there been trouble at any of the farms? Because they knew there were some outlying farms, they would be happy to bring in those folks. Anybody causing trouble at the mines. And they kept seeming to turn up dead ends. Like there just seemed to be no trouble that would fit a bounty hunter's line of trade, and it did seem. And it seemed off. I also want you to roll an insight check for me. This is a flashback insight check.
Oh, nice.
This is not against you. Glad.
He doesn't look like he's
No.
trying to repay him for a foot rub.
Oh, okay. So that would be a 23.
23.
Oh, nice.
And very, very, very strangely, they seemed pleased to find that there was no bounty hunting work in the area. Like it's as counterintuitive as it seems, that seemed almost to be what they wanted.
So I'll just share that they what I do recall from them, aside from their unpleasant manner, was that they seemed to be asking everyone if they could find a bounty. They seemed to be seeking bounty work. They were asking town, asking about gangs. They even offered to go help people in the countryside protect themselves if necessary. And the oddest thing, when they turned up, no work was turned up for them, they seemed almost pleased about it. It was quite bizarre, a little bit alarming, and much as I hated to send them over to Miss Ada, I know she's much more equipped to deal with those type of folks than I am, should things happen, which apparently they did. So that turned out to be the best for everyone, I believe.
You know who they spoke with or who they were looking for? What bounty they were after?
What I observed was they seemed to be asking most folks. It was quite bothersome. As I said, I did have to encourage them to go to the Black Diamond so that my patrons were not disturbed.
All right. Already been by the Black Diamond. They said to come here. You know which way they left? Or which way they came in from either?
Aiming the way most folks who come into Crystal Grit come in. Main road where you're the first building.
That I'm sorry, Mr. King. The most I know is that, we are at the town,
East-ish.
by the town sign on the east side at the main road, and most folks who come in, we're the first place they stop just to get oriented and to wet their whistle. I believe that's where they came from, and I did not see them depart, unfortunately. Mr. King, may I inquire, are you okay? I recognize that look a little too well.
I might be around in town for a day or two. If you remember anything, let me know.
I certainly will. And Mr. King, and she'll just try to catch his eyes, right? And you can almost see her trying to like peer past the glasses, because like his manner is like, she's like, Mr. King, I'm going to set aside a room for you. There's no charge. When you walk in, just let Miss Callie or whomever's working the door know. They'll give you your key, should you need it. No pressure. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
He'll get up and kind of swoop back inside, but she got stuff to do.
Yeah, Clyde will, okay, this is the dead end. He's up. Give a click to turnip, and we'll start going around and hitting the larger areas to where people might look for work if they wanted to hunt bounties. Just sort of blanketing the town in more questions. Kind of hit some of the major spots already, so we're kind of going down the line of who to ask.
Go ahead and roll roll an investigation check for me.
All right. Not too bad. Let's go. What we got? I don't remember offhand what all of my bonuses are.
How dare you?
It's a +1, so 17.
17. Okay.
No session 1 total memorization. Come on.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
I've shamed my family.
But Clyde, you begin make your way around town, returning, hoping that as evening begins to set in, that maybe more patrons beginning to grace, the Black Diamond, or maybe this theater that you heard about, or maybe other folks will be loitering around the sheriff's office. All of these things, people are getting back from work. Hopefully, more people will be around. You can ask some questions. And as you set back off into town, we are going to pan once again to farther into town. Mr. Alistair, you have set off to have a leisurely stroll in the fading light with your lady. Y'all headed anywhere in particular?
I don't think so. Not tonight. We just walk around in the evening time, keep our eyes open and our heads clear, and we look for inspiration.
Okay. And I believe actually not that far behind you should be our final PC, correct? I'm trying to recall. Were you going to wait for them? Were you going to catch up, Sarabelle? What was the plan there?
Sarabelle was going to catch up after
So,
she finished her beer.
yeah. So, actually, I will say have caught up right now. I don't know if any kind of conversation is going on between the three of you. But as y'all are beginning to run into, like we said, more people starting to kind of get off work. People are starting to ease their days' labors. Who are they seeing? What are they seeing? If one of you would like to start.
Sarabelle is a sight to be seen. She is 6'5" tall. She has two, what she calls beautiful wings. They're disgusting and decaying. Vestigial wings on her back, as well as two curling horns that are gray at the base and curl up to a red. Her face is a collection of just scars. Her right eye is lost in a bar fight that she was breaking up. Many scars. Her lip is permanently cleft from a knife a patron pulled on her. Same thing with the rest of her body, just scars and scars. Her right arm was lost and has a articulated prosthetic in place of it. She has a plague doctor's mask attached to her hip, and most of her clothing are grays and reds. I almost forgot. She's a satyr.
Hooves!
So, yes, hooves.
And Mr. Dotry.
Yeah, so as you're catching up alongside, you see Mr. Alice Dotry dressed in nice black slacks, shoes to match, purple shirt and vest, all nice and pressed and ready to go. He has white gloves on. He's walks in the evening time. This is the best time for him to walk because he's quite pale and a bit sickly looking. Although handsome. He's average height, so 6'5", towers over him. And in his arm, he holds the arm of a shorter woman. She's probably 5'2", 5'3", with sort of brownish red hair that's also neatly kept back with a nice dress on as well. Her gloved hands sort of wrapping around his elbow as they walk through the street pretty quietly until he sees Miss. You have to give me a minute on the names, guys.
Sarabelle
Miss-
Ferngullet.
Miss
No gimmies.
No
I expect
gimmies.
perfection.
But as you catch up, Miss Fongale, nice of you to join us.
Why, of course. Couldn't miss this beautiful evening.
Indeed. The town population seems to be coming out tonight, enjoying some revelry. Are you not doing the same tonight? I'm sure there's plenty of parties out here that would be excited to have such a centerpiece.
Oh, parties aren't my type of fun.
Oh no, what is your type of fun?
Well, breaking up the more rowdy ones.
An enforcer of types. Is that your occupation, madam?
Of course.
I couldn't have guessed it.
One doesn't get this many scars tending to farms.
That's fair enough. From my experience, folks don't get that many scars from breaking up regular bar scuffles either.
Well, guess the bars I attend just a little bit more special.
I suppose so. So what is there to do in this town? Are you newer than I am, or have you been here before?
I just arrived about time that I met you.
Really? Well, I've learned of a few places that may be your place to go if you're looking for work. I don't know if the Black Diamond Saloon. I have met nebulously Miss Bell from the establishment we met in the Sunrise. So you may want to speak to her with work as well. Other than that, I'm afraid I'm not going to be of much help. It's not my forte.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the wonderful conversation that you provide me with. I do have a question. I know you said you got here before me, but perhaps in your travels, have you met a stunning young lady by the name of
He beckons
Genevieve?
as soon as you say that. He beckons to Miss Agatha Bookery. I don't think I said her name out loud, but so you've but as soon as you say, have you met a stunning lady on your travels, he just beckons to her. Indeed, I have.
On cue, flutters her eyelashes a little bit.
Much like her. But are you familiar with what a Herodon is?
Harangon.
Herringon. A Herringon.
I hear it's pronounced different ways depending on where you're from. So, but yes, I have heard of Harangon before. Not a very common type of folk, but
No.
are you asking if I've seen one lately?
Yes.
Dungeon Master.
This is gonna be I'm gonna say that kind of a lot of Alice. From what, and correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like a lot of Alistair's research is through observation, right? He's
100%.
observing the denizens.
People watching.
Yeah, I would like you to roll a perception check for me. Once again,
Perception.
flashback perception check.
All right.
I wouldn't say it'd be terribly hard, but
Well, I'm not terribly
Who
good
knows?
at it, so we'll see. 15 plus 3 for an 18 total.
100%. You did. You did. She had been actually working at the Sunrise. She appeared to be one of the doves, but she left in a caravan a week or so ago, maybe.
Is there an established out of character real quick? Is there an established look of this Harangon, Chris?
Yeah.
You don't tell me what that
Since
is.
you have seen her, I will post the Hero Forge model for you. Okay, I need both eyes.
Are you sitting there squinting?
I am sitting here with one eye closed.
You're missing one in character. I will commit. Get an eye patch.
Hell yeah.
Ian, did you say she was one of the doves before
She hadn't
left?
been. She wasn't in town for a terribly long time.
Okay.
She was one of the ones that came and went.
What was her name again? I'm sorry.
Genevieve with the J.
Genevieve. Genevieve. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Here we go.
Do I get her
Very
name
friendly
with that
girl.
roll?
What was that?
Do I get her name with that roll or no?
Yeah, I'd say so. I would, like I said, it wouldn't be a terribly hard roll. It would have been one of those, like, if you rolled really low, just so not on your radar that you just didn't even really notice her. But as you said, being a Harangon and being relatively, they're not, it's not like a 1 in a million, but they are a less common people. But yeah, you do recall this Harangon by the name of Genevieve as being the only Harangon that you had seen in all of Crystal Grit. She did catch your eye. Very, very friendly, very, very friendly girl. Always seeming to do her best to kind of liven everyone up, keep people happy, and really kind of seem to do a lot of kind of chatting with folks. Like seem to do a lot to kind of be like, you know, if you put the happy face on, you know, it'll stick. Kind of almost manifest your happiness and it will come true.
Gotcha. So, and I do in fact remember Herringon, brown Herringon, lovely sweet girl, went by the name of Genevieve. I remember one of the names in my books.
Yes, that's her. She brings just joy to everything, everybody she meets.
I suppose so. And your hunting. Well, I wouldn't be the person anyway. As soon as she left, I didn't keep any more tabs on her. I suppose if anyone did, it would be Miss Bell back at the saloon. And well, we're wrapping up our walk at the moment, so we can start heading back that way. I'd be happy to accompany you.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Of course. If I may ask, Miss Von Gully, what is this Genevieve to you?
Oh, just a friend.
Insight check. Can I insight
Roll
check
your
you?
dice.
Okay.
That's between you guys, yeah.
$18 plus 3 for a 21.
Well, that's good because if it was more than like 2. Yeah, clearly not just a friend.
Okay. Not just a friend in the sense that like there's some like attachment there, like maybe former like lover attachment, or like what do I see flash across your face? I suppose.
Wow, the word escapes me. A love interest.
Okay.
A very strong fancy. You can just tell her face just lights up talking about Genevieve. You wouldn't think that somebody who's as face is as mangled as Sarah Bell's could light up in the way that it does when she talks about Genevieve, but it just is, you can tell, beautiful.
Gotcha. So yeah, now Miss Thorngully, no reason in hiding such strong feelings. Anybody understands, and just sort of pat Agatha's hands. True love, it is I. That's okay. Certain turned out that you're Genevieve. I root for you, and I will be happy to assist in helping you find her.
I appreciate that. I don't know if she feels the same way that I do for her, but
And you never will unless you're honest with yourself and with her. So, there's only a few things better than a true love story. Let's get started on that.
that would be nice.
Of
But
course.
I have to find her first.
Oh, excuse me, my little furry friend. Imagine we just check Clyde walking through the streets, crowded streets. Yeah, we'll head back to the
Yeah.
sunrise.
Heading back. As you do. I prefer.
Is this
Okay,
your
well then,
perfect time?
No, this is me deciding who to go to next.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Dice roll. Okay, Clyde.
All right.
Mr. Clyde, Mr. King. I don't actually. I'm combining your first name with your fake last name. I don't. Kelly. That's right.
Clyde Kelly,
Yeah.
Clancy King.
Clancy King. That's right. Clancy King. Anyway, I think it's funnier if I just refer to you out of character as Clyde, like we're referring to your PC, and then just only ever refer to you as Mr. King in narrative. Anyway, 17 was your total on your investigation check, correct? So, question: how long are you spending out and about tonight?
Till it seems that people I'm asking are growing more frustrated with having questions thrown their way, and then
Okay.
I'll probably go back, I guess, to the Black Diamond.
Black Diamond was the gambling establishment where
Right.
they almost got in a gunfight with one of the deputies. Yeah.
Right, but it was just with one of the deputies, and they just
I
happened
say
to,
they were getting. I misspoke. Where they were drawing iron, so they were drawing guns on other people within the casino. But the deputy was there, so O'Malley was there, and basically
right,
told them fuck around and find out, and they chose to not do that.
right. So I guess I would do that for however many hours are probably left into the day until it gets dark, and the more only lively place would be at that place to investigate maybe if I could find out who they drew iron on. So
Okay.
however scale that goes in.
Sure. So obviously the two saloons, Black Diamond and the Sunrise, would be the two establishments that are going to remain the busiest, the latest,
Right.
obviously, because they are the places that serve liquor and other alcohol and drugs in some cases. Like they are the late night attractions of the town, mostly. Unless you'd rather kill each other in the streets. That's technically not associated with an establishment. So yeah, okay, let's see. So with a 17, I'll say you are 17 is pretty fucking solid. I'm gonna say that prior to settling down and trying to find the people that were assailed in the Black Diamond, you either get people who are just kind of like fucking who, to some people who, mostly anybody who is like a business owner. It seemed like they knew the people that would be able to pay them to do bounties are people that ran businesses. So some people that ran like smaller shops. There's one, I'd say you'd ran back into Jeb. I mean, obviously, I assume you maybe double check with him. He does not seem to really be able to offer much more, but mostly the consensus prior to settling down in the Black Diamond is just there were three people who seemed really interested, like they were really interested in like weirdly aggressively trying to help. Like they were like surely there's somebody who's been causing trouble around somewhere, and just couldn't seem to find it.
Okay.
But leading to the Black Diamond, it'd probably take a little bit. 17 is really solid, but take some asking around. Probably getting some looks by the staff if you're mostly kind of loitering and not gambling. But I mean, they're not going to kick you out because you're not causing trouble. But it's definitely one of those like, the fuck are you doing here if you're not going to spend any money?
Right. Well, I'd be actively asking
Oh yeah,
folks.
yeah. But I mean, let's see here. I actually hadn't decided how many people they almost started a scrap with.
All right.
We're gonna roll a d8.
Oh, that's a lot of scrapping, potentially.
Yeah, I'll say that you don't find all of them, but you do kind of get the information that they were sat at a pretty big blackjack table, and they about all three of them drew on about 6 other people who were sitting at the table,
Okay.
and it was looking like it was going to be bad before O'Malley stepped in,
Okay.
because everybody had been drinking, and of course those guys went 6 of us, 3 of them. Fuck these dudes. But I'll say you're able to come across 2 of them.
Okay.
Who are there tonight. Just a couple guys that look like they're both, one appears to be a minor, the other appears to be, I say minor with an E to clarify. For anybody, there's not a child in this gambling establishment. It is a person who is of the profession of mining, and probably just somebody who looks like probably like maybe is a stable hand of some kind. Oh yeah, there was fucking they were a bunch of jackasses. Gambled real aggressively and didn't like it when they lost.
Was there any chit chat at the table?
About what?
Anything?
Yeah.
Anything that might say where they came from, where they're going, what they're doing?
I'm sorry. Can you speak up a little bit?
Anything that might say where they came from, where they're going, what they're looking for, what they're doing.
I'm just, what? Ah!
Am I coming through quiet?
No, now you're good.
Okay.
It was
sorry
just at
about
first, yeah.
that.
Sorry. I'm not. At the time they were here, just seemed kind of pissed off. Want to make want to kind of gamble. I don't know. They weren't real good. Well, muttering that they had wasted their time. Maybe I don't know, something kind of loud about it.
So they were looking for something and frustrated they couldn't find it.
Holy shit! Natural 20. That they were some of them bounty hunters.
Right.
We keep a clean town. Mayor Sinclair, he don't tolerate no troublemaking. Barking up wrong tree. Trying to drink from a dry well. All that.
Any information they give, maybe you saw something on them, like a marking from a different location.
What do you mean?
I don't know, like maybe any.
Now you think they might be like consortium? Like maybe
Yeah.
undercover marshals or something?
Anything like that. Maybe a jacket, got some coat of arms, different lands, different areas. Okay. They speak with any funny accents?
No. Well, I mean, one of them didn't sound like they were might not be from around from frontier. Sound like they might be from back across the sea, back from Orsticia maybe.
Which
a little
one was that?
fancier. Hold on, I'm thinking real hard.
That was 100% in character.
This is why I like doing anything where Southern fits in, because it just sound, anybody sounding vaguely Southern, it just works for me.
Yeah.
That was the Dragonborn fella.
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
All right. You know anybody else that was sitting at the table with you? Names of them? They locals? They from here?
I mean, most everybody here is local most nights, but
I'm not gonna make you come up with 5 other names.
no,
right
I'm
now.
just that's what I say. Well, I mean, there's 2 of them there, and I mean, one of them's doing most. One of them's already kind of drunk, so I'm just kind of like, man. It's kind of occasionally like sit up straight. But rattles off a few more names.
Okay.
Nobody that sounds familiar.
All right. Yeah. Clyde will absorb those names as
That's creepy sounding.
as
All things
as-
considered.
prime targets to get information out of. But yeah, he'll continue to question these guys and ask them if they mentioned anything or made references to X, Y, and Z. Upon hearing that the Dragonborn was from that area, he'll start asking of maybe tidbits of information that could be known from locals of that area that could be.
Roll a history check for me, actually.
Sure. Is that our first natural 20 of the session? Or the
Hell
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
let's go.
Let's go.
I'll say, even despite like their probably poor replication of it, that it that based off of the how they tried to replicate it, the accent that the Dragonborn had, not shockingly, that they had come from somewhere in kind of the northeastern part of Veridland, almost like to a T.
Okay. All right. Would I know anything particular about the northeastern part?
That's probably where a little bit more of and being from Asterholm, as you are, to say it is the more industrial section of Veridland it sounds kind of laughable to you,
Right.
but that is where more of their kind of they're more good gracious, they're more populous, like more dense cities are.
Okay.
Sounds almost like, considering what you are looking for them for, sounds almost like where maybe somebody who did similar work to you, like that you used to do, may have come from, just in a different country.
Would I know of any maybe like big groups in the area that I could ask about? Maybe if I had some. We're in session 1 and we're jumping into background traits, but as an ability to kind of like have some connections to sort of underworld ties type kind of situation.
Like some gangs?
Yeah, like if I knew a dude who had the connect in town type kind of thing, it'd be like, hey, is there anyone from this
Okay,
area?
I wish I had known that was your background.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's my bad for not paying better attention to your character.
Just basically anyone of like this group. Do you know of anyone from that group that might have been in town type kind of situation?
I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this, because this has some real big implications backwards.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Nah, we're gonna go. It just says a connection, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to
It
specify.
doesn't have to be the greatest connection in the world.
Okay.
It's still a town out in
Hold
the middle of the frontier, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you've in your time in Eucryptia Doll, actually, and specifically kind of traveling across, that you had spent some time actually among a gang known as the Worm Riders.
Worm Riders?
Worm with a Y, to clarify. These guys are not talking about riding earthworms.
I thought that was cooler.
Sure. That'd be a really big worm. They're very tiny.
Trimmers.
It would fit. Small cat, even
Little-
smaller gang.
Little pixie fellas.
Well, that's terrible. They ride snakes. But you had fallen in with them. They seemed like a pretty all right sort, led by a fella named Silas Granger.
Okay.
But I mean, that was like more than 10 years ago when you came across them, and that was when you had first been.
Okay.
When you had first kind of come across. But no, they did not that you had been made aware of. Like, you haven't known of them as being operating right around here, at least not recently. You had heard some tidbits about them every now and then. They're definitely in this section of the country,
Right.
but it doesn't seem like anybody knows of them and haven't been close by town recently.
Okay. All right.
Also, off of your 17, just because based off of your conversation with Belle earlier, what little you do get about their kind of general countenance, especially right before they left, was that they seemed really peeved.
They seem pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And seemed like kind of loud about it. Like, that seemed to have been kind of like, it seemed to be that their tempers were up, and that's why they got so touchy over the card game.
Okay, so this
And seemed to leave in kind of a huff.
Did they seem? I guess in that questioning, did I find anyone that said that they left in the direction towards my home, or if this was they left town to do other things and then came that way?
It looks like they left the way they came. Best
Oh.
you can find.
Okay. So opposite way then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seemed like they left like on the main road, kind of heading back out. Because kind of the way that the structure is, like, the main road kind of leads into kind of that eastern side of Crystal Grit, which leads people kind of right to the sunrise, which is kind of why it's positioned where it is. And kind of the other smaller, tracks and paths that lead out to a lot of the farmsteads, such as is your home. People don't tend to go out that way unless they are trying to cut across country.
Right.
Or are heading to one of these farmsteads.
Okay.
So, I mean, they got there somehow, but it seems like they got there and they didn't make a beeline.
All right. I guess if I do have this Silas Granger as a contact, I could maybe start trying to find information.
Contact may be a strong word. I say you know of him.
No, of him. Okay, I've never met this person.
You've met him, but
Okay.
I'd say, like I said, we're gonna do a little loosey goosey at least right at this moment with
All right.
with your. It will become very clear.
Okay.
And I do apologize
No, you're good.
in retroactively because that could have made this a lot cooler.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I should be paying better attention to people's character sheets. That's my bad. But yeah, so you're kind of getting that vibe. Are you going to continue to stay out late into the night, or are you going to take Miss
If-
Bell up on her
Yeah,
offer of a room?
I'll take up on her offer probably after it gets a little bit later into the night, maybe
About
9:30 or so.
9:30. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, panning away from that flurry of being a PI, kind of angry kitty cat investigator, Mr. Geist, Mr. Professor, Mr. Dupont, as
Indeed.
you have presented yourself. It is worth noting to anybody watching that what was your first name? The first name you were
For
given
this persona or the
Yeah.
real one?
for this one, the one that you have told people your name is since you came into town. Last name was Dupont.
Edmund.
Edmund Dupont. Mr. Dupont. You're striding about the town. Anything in particular you're looking for? Or are you just kind of getting a vibe for the place?
Getting a vibe for the place and talking about backgrounds, kind of setting the basis for his background of urban bounty hunter. He is kind of picking out the clues of like, this is where people of import might move, this is where criminals might lurk, this is where maybe the nosy town asshole who you could get information from might be. Just trying to, it's like in an open world RPG, you're trying to find all the key points, people you can talk
You're
to.
looking for the exclamation points over people's heads.
The exclamation points, and he's trying to activate those icons on his minimap.
Surely. Okay, you said you're doing this based off of a background? Yeah, off of your background trait?
Urban bounty
called?
hunter.
Okay.
The
Can you just read that
the
off?
trait is ear to the ground. You're in frequent contact with people and segments of society that your chosen quarries move through. These people might be associated with the criminal underworld, the rough and tumble folks of streets, and members of high society. Connection comes in the form of contact in any city you want, a person who provides information about the people and places of the local area. Not having a contact, not being here, this is kind of laying the groundwork for getting that.
Interesting. Okay, I just out of curiosity, what kind of person would Edmund's like what does he view as the ideal contact? Who's the best person from what's the best font of information in his opinion?
Probably
especially
someone,
who for what he's looking for.
one of two people.
Sure.
A well-connected criminal that could
Uh-huh.
be reasoned with, or like a nosy town drunk who could be bullied.
Nosy town drunk could be
Or
bullied.
that type of person, you know, like the
Yeah.
the weaselly guy who maybe sticks his nose where it doesn't belong, probably gets his ass kicked. Someone who could be coerced, who might know things.
Okay. Interesting.
So either of those two archetypes.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, and I know, and I'm not making you roll because this is part of your background. This town is weirdly absent of people who are obviously criminals.
No, I mean, he is, like I said, that's why he's trying to get a feel for it.
Right.
As we
And
talked
that's what
about
they
all
like
this
just
before,
going through
kind of,
asking around. You'd expect the kind of like, oh, there's a loan shark, and he's got his boys who will they'll break your fucking kneecaps if you don't.
Oh, he's
don't
not
pay
asking
up.
anyone. This is the first walkabout. This is eyes on. He's
Oh.
looking
You
to
do
see
not
what
see
there is to see
evidence
for now.
of these things then. Like the town seems pretty, like outside of, seeing some like fist fights and things, the place, it seems pretty stand up just on a first inspection.
No thieves' can't criminal codes laying around anywhere. marks on doorways, particular arrangements of flowers, nothing?
Not that you can spot. Not on
Fair
a
enough,
first
yeah.
pass, at least.
That's fine. It's just a first pass for a reason.
Right.
In his mind.
Town drunk. You know, this is probably something I should have been. I should have thought of a little more specifically. I'm sorry, my camera got blurry, and I'm just trying to adjust real quick. Do me a favor to buy myself just a few more moments to think. Can you roll an investigation check for me?
I can indeed. I actually have my dice on my desk today. What's going on?
Insanity.
It is madness.
Absolute nuts.
Right. And I'm pretty sure I do have expertise. All right, cool.
Nice.
That is with a 7 on the dice, still only a 14.
Only 14. Not bad. Not amazing either. You end up kind of settling into, I say settle in. You do kind of, chat up some folks over by the Black Diamond as you see, Cat Dude talking to a few folk, seem to be kind of very intensely questioned a couple guys, one of whom who's kind of struggling to stand up off kind of more in the center of the floor. But you run into kind of one of those just nosy drunks. Seems like you're not 100% sure how nosy he is, but he does seem to just ramble and at least gossip a lot. That you do see in evidence, and the way people around him kind of regard him, it definitely seems like he's here all the time. He's like almost a fixture. It doesn't while a lot of people may find him annoying at this point, it's just like he's there. It's whatever. Like people expect it.
Right, yeah. Got one in most rundown bars, right?
Exactly. Like anybody who's a regular there, he is the ultra super regular. Like so.
And you said that's at the Black Diamond?
That's at the Black Diamond, yes.
Is he able to pick up his name or?
Sure. This is what I get for not having my list O names next to me. Take note that you have it, and I'm to prevent myself from giving you just a dumbass name. I will give it to you here, probably over the break.
Perfectly all right.
You know the town drunk, or at least that drunk. No of.
He'll go in. He'll get a couple fingers of whiskey from the bar. He'll get a milk for himself and head over to where the drunk is.
Okay. Anything in particular? You just plan on chatting him up? Or what you doing?
Yeah, he's gonna sit down and be like, seem like a talkative sort. Care for a drink?
Yeah. Oh. Seemed to be starting to just go off, and then you went, care to buy your drink? Well, are you gentlemen? Yes. Hey, the
Fantastic.
bartender.
Sets it down on the, is he sitting at the bar, like at a back table, or?
Oh, he's at the bar.
Gotcha. 1 sec.
Like I said, this dude, he's a gossiper. He wants to be near people to bother.
Yeah, I'll kind of just slide the, what is it, like a metal cup, we're in the Wild West, of whiskey over to him.
Takes it. Just back.
He's got,
Well, thank you.
guys, he's got his milk.
That's weird.
Don't like to drink much. But I am new in town, and
Each your own.
it's not always easy to find friendly people. You seem friendly.
Yes! Yes, I am.
Excellent. So tell me about the town. Like I said, new here, don't know how things work.
That's real boring. Mountain town.
Mining town. Don't know much about that, but I hear it can be quite exciting.
Yeah, if you like, dime. Earth elementals, nasty little buggers. Smash a couple fellas. That.
Sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
Are you a miner?
Shit, no. I'm a gambler. Sometimes.
Gambler.
Oh yeah. Real good at it. Pat's a, at the moment, mostly empty coin purse.
Mostly
can see.
empty coin purse.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to play a hand of cards? Maybe you'll fill that purse up a bit.
And he is on the verge of saying yes when the bartender kind of leans in and goes, "No unlicensed gambling here in the Black Diamond. You play at one of our tables or you go elsewhere." And
Oh,
leans
my
back
apologies.
away.
I was unaware of the policies here.
That's why I told you.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, perhaps another time.
Yeah, all right. And what
Are
did
you
you say your
often?
name was? Most nights. Yes.
Excellent. I really must be going. There's still quite a bit to see before dinner, and I must get back to my room, but
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
I'm Professor Emmanuel Dumont. I'm here to
Oh.
research the earth elementals in the mines, actually. Hold that
So you
hand.
knew, huh? You do that.
I didn't hear
That's
you so well.
stupid.
He said
You'll-
that's stupid.
Yeah, he said that's stupid.
Oh, I don't intend
just
on
kinda
actually getting
mimes.
to them.
Squish.
Here to interview the miners and perhaps the administrative individuals that run it.
You look for Lily Dixon.
Who?
Lily Dixon! You say you're here to talk to him? Head foreman of the mines. Runs things for the mayor.
One moment, and he takes out like a overly folded piece of paper, and he's gonna take that note. You said Lily Dixon,
Lily Dixon.
head foreman.
Is the head foreman of the Crystal Grit mines. And just to save all of ourselves from me trying to be drunk, what line of questioning are you trying to pursue with this guy for the most part?
Oh, if he gets that piece of information, just like, and I'm probably going to turn in for the night, but in the future, where could I find this, Mr. Dixon?
Miss!
Miss Dixon.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
They kind of, I'm just to without getting terribly specific, says that she stays actually near the miners' dormitories on the where as I say east, on kind of the southwestern side of town. Like there's some of the kind of miners' dormitories, and then she has a slightly nicer, but infinitely nicer by the purely off of the basis of she gets to live by herself rather than in a dorm.
Gotcha.
But then she kind of stays over there so she can keep an eye on them, because when folks cause trouble, a lot of times it is the miners. They got a lot of stress, a lot of steam to let off.
It continues to be amiable throughout that conversation, and then just it's getting late and I must get something to eat, but it was a pleasure meeting you. Perhaps you'll steal a few hands of cards from me at some point in time.
If you want to lose your money, sure.
I'm not very good, but I enjoy the game. And he will place a silver and kind of slide it over to the bartender, in addition to the cost of the drinks. Oh, by the way, what was that?
Cost of drinks, I'd say just for like a drink. Let's double check something. We're gonna go off of prices actually, because I got the mother. There's the right document. How much is a single bullet? We'll say it is it's for 5 shots. Say 2 coppers for just a shot of liquor.
And
We'll do a
how much is the
revolver
milk?
shot. I'm sorry. 2 silvers. 4 coppers. A milk, 2 coppers. We'll say 4 coppers for the shot of whiskey, 2 coppers for the milk.
So 6 coppers total,
6
plus the
coppers
silver.
total. I'm gonna make you guys
Just-
poor. Let's go.
He just takes that silver, slides it across, and he says,
No money.
"For my
any percent
almost
speed.
transgression and your assistance in the matter. Have an excellent evening, sir."
Likewise.
And just kind of with a nod at the drunk, he will head back to the other saloon.
Wandering off. Once again, we're going to cut back to someone we haven't seen in a while. Callie, you've got work to do tonight. Of a kind of, I don't know if you relish it or not, if it just feels like a necessity. That is entirely up to you. You have a troublemaker to handle. You've done your business. You kind of set things up for the evening at the sunrise as the night begins to wear on, and you set off for the mines. Initially, I say the mines, heading towards the miners' dormitories first and foremost to pick up your compatriot. As you know, this is a pretty regular kind of punishment for miners who kind of act out, is they have to basically do some scoping out in the night. Like it'll usually be in a pair. They have to go down and kind of things. Earth elementals, at the very least, don't seem to be nocturnal. They don't sleep necessarily, but it almost seemed to kind of settle a little bit, and it's a little easier to kind of creep around and maybe do a bit of scouting, like near the entrances to their burrows. So, making your way through the nightlife, making your way to the dormitories, you pick up what looks like a hungover young man, kind of little gangly looking, like can't be 20 at the most, which is, all things considered, here in Encryption, pretty good. Not bad. Kind of surprised he's not dead already, but does seem a little bit hungover already. Pistol at his hip, kind of a poncho that he kind of slings on because, it's of darker tones. So hopefully y'all blend into the caves a bit more. And I have to ask, how are you conducting yourself on this job?
I think that it is known that Callie takes like side gigs, and so I think it was very much like I rolled up to Miss Dixon's house, knocked on the door, asked who I needed to go with, because they were down a miner because they died.
This guy shot him, yeah.
Yeah, so just fairly amiable. And also, Callie is very young. She's like 19, 20 as well. So,
wow, yeah.
Yeah, so she's, I don't know, I don't think relish is the word, but just kind of like, this is a game.
Okay. So definitely not laying it on thick until past the point of no return.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm curious because we're not to make sure we don't get too much in the nitty gritty, because this is a sequence that could go on for quite a long time.
Yeah.
What is Callie's methodology for this? Because you've done something like this before.
Yeah.
What is the move?
So I think we get past the lights of the city towards where I'm going to conduct my business. And I stop and go, hold up a sec, I need to fix my boot real quick, so don't get all huffy with me. You're the one
I
who...
want to get this over. My head hurts something awful. I just want to get this over with and go
Okay.
sleep. Or drink more, whatever. Hair of the dog, something. Anything, really.
So I bend down to make it look like I'm tying my shoe, and I stand up and I have pulled out a boot knife, and I start to play with it and go, kind sir, I don't think
What,
you realize what's going on here in Crystal Grit. We don't take too kindly to folks who
Wait.
cause trouble.
I mean, you're not gonna get much money from me, and I'm sure the good sheriff, Miss Dixon, will know why I'm out here. You can't really. You're
Oh,
not
honey.
gonna.
Oh, honey, we're gonna have two options here. We're gonna make it easy, or we're gonna make it interesting.
He reaches for his gun. He does the scramble for his revolver.
I throw the knife and like hit his arm to like make him drop his gun.
Interesting. Okay. Just for shits and giggles, roll an attack roll for me.
Attack. That is gonna be a 16.
A 16. It sticks in his wrist, and he drops it. Ah!
Ow!
Oh!
Fuck.
What the fuck? You crazy bitch! Why would you do that?
Like I said, are we doing this easy or interesting? I'm gonna give you the choice.
Roll an intimidation check.
Ooh, buddy. 18 plus 6, so 24.
Almost immediate, like, blood drains from this dude's face.
Easy or interesting? That's your choice.
what's this about? I mean, if they're just mad at me,
5,
I'll
4,
leave.
3,
Please. I'll just go.
two,
They will hear from me again. I don't even need to
1.
get my stuff.
and I throw my other dagger that had, because I had 2, and just right for the throat, just
Slow. Takes a few moments to catch. Crumples.
I always go for easy. And so I walk over, pull my knives out, wipe them on his pants, pick them up, walk the, 100 paces to the empty mine shaft, drop them down, shake my head. Just want one time for someone to say interesting. And walk back to the Sunrise Saloon.
As you head your way back, the mines are a bit of ways away from town. Just to clarify, because I feel like I should definitely clarify this for those who have not read my document. Mining is very different in Eucryptia Doll as opposed to what it standard means. This is not just people like going out hitting picks into veins of metal or jewels or anything of that nature. Mining is a bit like dungeon diving, because the mines in Eucryptia Doll are actually colonies of earth elementals that gather gemstones. So this is more like,
I think it's more of like it's an air shaft, like.
oh yeah,
So it's like out of town. So it's like maybe not a proper mine, but like.
yeah,
I
it's called a mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it is still that way, because people don't want to just easy up and down. You don't want to spend too much time doing horizontal travel through the earth when heading towards an earth elemental colony, because that's more time for them to know you're there. But miners here steal from these earth elemental colonies. They retain their title simply because mining is a normal profession back on the main continent of Irsticia, and people kind of thought it was funny, and it stuck. So Callie dumps the corpse of this young man down into a long shaft where it won't be eaten, but it will be
Gone.
mangled at best, if not gone, due to probably very sizable thud attracting some earth elementals to its location.
Yeah. I'm gonna correct myself. I do stop by Lily Dixon's house to give her the like. And if I remember correctly, just I feel like I have a signal for Sinclair when I have completed a task that he has requested of me.
I just out of curiosity, do not feel like you have to answer this. Do you have any thoughts on what the signal might be, or do you kind of want to leave it just vague?
I think that I swing by his house and you know, like those origami hearts that you make when you're like in middle school or something?
Yeah.
I think I just like fold a quick heart out of a scrap piece of paper and like slide it like under the door, and make my way to the saloon.
So, easily enough done. Slight rewind in time because in the time it takes to go all the way out to the mine and all the way back, including having to carry his body and dump it. It's going to take some time. You're going to be getting back probably sometime around like midnight. So late. Like things are starting to slowly kind of simmer down, all that fun stuff. So slight rewind back to folks are making their way back into the sunrise. Quick rundown of kind of what everybody else is going to be doing prior to the return of Callie. Sarabella, you would, upon yours and Alistair's and Agatha's return, y'all would be the first of the other four of you who are absent PC-wise from the saloon. You would have been quickly ushered by Billy. He would have said, "Oh, my dear, if you would wait by the bar one moment, Miss Bell, you said you were looking for guard work. Well, it would just appear our bouncer general manager lady had some other work to take care of, and Miss Bell may be interested. So wait just one moment right here." And goes off and fetches Miss Bell. If you two would like to speak. Miss Bell, you are greeted by the sight of Cerebral Ferngullet, who you said, Christopher, you said she is 6'5"?
Yes.
That is a tall fucking satyr.
So as Belle comes around the corner, you know, just kind of like a whoosh of skirts, right? She just kind of flows and whooshes everywhere she goes, right? A whoosh, and not affected at all by Sarah Bell's appearance until she sees the hooves, and you see there's like a little minor stutter, and then she continues on. Hello. My name is Belle. I understand you are a guest of ours and also perhaps looking for some work. What can I do for you? And Gus is her dog is she's gonna kind of strategically to where Gus can get a good sniff, get a sense, or some insight.
Yes, ma'am. I have done a lot of guard work in the past, especially at establishments such as this. I actually prefer to work at these establishments. I can also provide any medical services if any of your girls are feeling under the weather.
Indeed. And I apologize. I did not catch your name.
Oh, my apologies. I'm Sarah Bell. Sarah Bell Ferngullet.
Very nice to meet you. And my apologies again. I did not clarify. I do go by Miss and Ma'am. And how should you like me to refer to you, Sarah Bell?
I as well go by Miss Ma'am.
So glad to meet you, ma'am. Now, Miss Sarah Bell, you said you have some experience. Is it successful experience?
Oh, quite successful.
Quite successful.
For
Tell me
every
more.
every scar has its own story.
Indeed.
Which would you like to
Sure.
find out about?
I guess my question would be, what does the other guy look like?
Oh, corpses.
Oh, indeed. Okay, so let me tell you about a little bit about the Sunrise. We are a family establishment, so to speak. You know, we serve meals, lunches, breakfast, things for the town folk. They can come in as families. It isn't until this time each night that things become a bit more of an adult establishment, if you know what I mean. We do expect folks to check their weapons at the door, and all gambling for money is directed across the street to the Black Diamond. Everything here is friendly. So we prefer for folks to be encouraged rather than to be dead, but things must be as they must be. If you find it necessary to kill someone, I would prefer you to check with me first.
Of course, ma'am.
Of course. Okay, so I cannot promise you a high salary. Unfortunately, I have just recently hired Miss Callie. Have you met Miss Callie yet?
I've not had the pleasure.
When she returns from her extracurriculars, you will get to meet her. She will be your supervisor. Y'all will be compatriots, so to speak. But I can promise you a percentage of the night's earnings. Will that be okay for you?
That's fantastic, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful. Our doves, ladies and gentlemen, they pretty much know their mind and they know their clientele. But if you could, you will be taking turns. Just keep an eye on things. I'm assuming you know what a distressed individual looks like.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Again, we try to encourage, not kill whenever possible. We don't want to frighten off the patrons. We just want them to behave while they're here.
Of course, ma'am.
Wonderful.
I would never want to drive away your business.
Wonderful, especially since that's where your paycheck will be coming from. Well, or your pay. Who knows what's a check? I don't know if it's a check. Anyway, so I'm going to turn you. You have met Mr. Billy. He has been
Yes,
here
ma'am.
longer than anyone at the Sunrise. So, Mr. Billy, do you mind making sure that Miss Sarah Bell meets the doves as well as our lovely wait staff? Oh, here comes Abe right now. Hey, honey and darling, this is Miss Sarah Bell.
Yes,
She is
ma'am.
going to be working with Miss Callie, and she will be making sure that all of y'all and our doves are all feeling quite safe and sound. So should you need anything, please give her a wink, give her a look, and if you could direct all the other girls and boys over there to introduce themselves to her over the course of the night, please.
Yes, of course, yes, ma'am.
Pleasure to meet you.
And thank you so much. And now, if you will excuse me, if I do see the time, DM is about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock.
It's probably close around like 9 o'clock, a little after 9.
9 o'clock? Okay, perfect. So for flavor, if you'll allow me, DM, she will take from the folds of her skirt a whip, and there's a bell a few feet away, and she will take the bell, take the whip, and she will use it to ring the bell with great flourish,
Hell yeah.
dramatics, and everything. And now our nighttime festivities will begin for those of you who are not in the mood for more of adult entertainment. We do appreciate your patronage and invite you to head on home to now. And everyone else, well, you know what you have in store. If there's anything you need, you just let us know.
Cheers. All right.
Miss Bell,
and then-
before you step away to go take on the rest, our friend here, Miss Sarah Bell, actually has a follow-up question, and I'm so glad that you were able to work out employment. But come on, Miss Fungulate, I don't want to give out your business, but I figured that you could use a little bit of encouragement, maybe.
Yes. I was told that a friend of mine had been under your employ previously. One Miss Genevieve.
DM, before I answer her, what kind of vibe am I getting? Like, especially with Gus.
About
Like,
in regards
About
to,
does she seem like a nice person? Does my dog like her?
I would say that is up to a insight check for Gus, and decided by that. That is between any roles are between players. Roles between players are between the players.
Okay, so all right, Sarah Bell. See if you're a nice person.
What is Gus
Okay.
sniffing?
Just he's a wolf. He's just sniffing in general. He's
He is-
a smart wolf.
he is
okay.
also,
So
Slightly.
okay,
Yeah.
it's an 18.
Okay.
What's the vibe?
What's your vibe?
Vibe check.
What's your vibe, dear?
I'm getting vibe checked by the dog. What the dog
I'm
doing?
getting
You are
vibe
getting
checked by
vibe
the
checked.
dog.
Everybody gets vibe checked by the dog.
Oh. Not all there.
Not all there. Like
Crazy.
a little crazy. A little crazy is okay. Good crazy, bad crazy. Like wounded crazy. Like
Um,
would it trigger like mom instincts?
no,
That mean?
No?
I don't think
Please,
so.
have you met me? You know.
No,
No, you don't think so? Just so maybe a little wary.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And that
I'm
maybe a bit closed.
a little bit close.
Mm.
Okay. So you're looking for Miss Genevieve?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
She was here. Why are you looking for Miss Genevieve? She was a lovely young lady. I took a great liking to her myself.
She is the best. Well, the joy house that I guarded for, and
She
we came
mentioned.
quite close during that time, and
Indeed.
we have been sharing correspondence, but they seem to have stopped coming, and this was the last place she sent them from.
Tim, would I have been aware? Would Genevieve have like left a message behind or told me to keep an eye out or made
Nope.
me aware? No. Well, dear.
I will say,
Me-
you knew. I'm so sorry. Let me clarify. So Genevieve didn't leave like a note or anything for anybody, but it was quite clear where she was going. She was leaving with a caravan of Sinclair's that was going to be making its way towards the train station, and you know that caravan was bound for oh, good gracious, I forgot the name of my own place. It's Bollocks.
Oh, the
Fudge
Bollocks?
muffin.
It was bound
even.
for bollocks? Okay.
Yeah, it was bound for
You made
Bollocks. That it was bound for New Dertine, on the port. But that Genevieve had indicated that she was planning to move more north and west. That was her intent. That she wasn't going to be going to the port, like she wasn't going to be going back to the coast, but she was going to be, accompanying just for safety, for at least a bit, and was planning to, bunny hop her way farther northwest, to spend more time in towns. Like from the time she spent there, it sounded like she would tend to find establishments such as yours or something similar, stay for a time. Always definitely seemed like she left an impression. There are people that speak of her fondly amongst the town.
My dear, I don't recall any correspondence. Miss Genevieve did not leave anything behind, nor did she leave any word. She just said the time had come for her to move on and find new adventures.
Well, I thank you for what you told me. One last request. I have a cart that I travel with my things. Is there a place that I could potentially store it?
Of course, there's a shed in the back. Abe, darling, help Miss Sarah Bell take her cart and put it in the shed. You will, of course, lock it back after you're done. Billy has the
Of
key
course, Miss
here.
Bell.
Thank you again, man.
Yes, dear. And just remember, I do like to help those that I can. But please, we like folks to be on their P's and Q's here, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Yes, darling. All right.
Everybody
Thank
have
you very
a
much.
joyous time.
Yes, you as well, dear.
Taking your cart to the back with Abe just kind of like seems a little kind of side eye of the cart, but just kind of shrugs. And leads you towards this kind of large shed where you were able to store the cart, locked inside for the evening to protect your belongings. Coming back in, and we're gonna. Montage is not a strong word, but I'm going to kind of see what everybody's plans are for the night. Sarabelle, you are on guard duty. You're kind of performing bouncer. You're making sure people who come in that they are checking their guns in a kind of little storage closet that is right by the front door. And of course returning them, redistributing upon their exit. Miss Bell, and I guess it's kind of free for all. A little bit after this, probably around 9:30ish, is when Clyde and Edmund would make their way back, unless that was the general understanding I got from y'all's time spent anyway.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
Any girls or guys that come to introduce themselves, obviously Sarah would introduce herself, but also offer them her services for medicinal things.
Medicinal. They all kind of, definitely, like they had seen you earlier. So you while you are a sight, you have been very friendly. So they have been trained well to be friendly to everybody. And I mean, you're nice enough, so they're not going to hold it against you. But yeah, of course they all kind of give you that. They've all kind of got like signals that they all kind of have that they'll give if they need assistance with anything, so they can be subtle. Of course, they don't want to cause a commotion if they can avoid it in Miss Bell's establishment. Actually, you know what? Before I want to ask, high, low.
You know the answer to this.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask what outcome you desire because I know what outcome you desire. Nobody seems to currently require your medicinal services. Everybody seems pretty healthy at this time.
Shame.
Oh,
so
my.
kind of round robin for the other four of you minus Callie at the moment. What's everybody kind of spending their evening doing?
After the investigation, Clyde will head back to the hotel, or the
Saloon tell.
Saloon tell. Head back to the saloon. He will leave his weapons with Turnip on the front porch if they do not. Do they allow? I'm assuming since Miss Bell's got pets, do they allow pets in the establishment?
Absolutely. As
Okay.
long as Mr. Turnip is well behaved, or Miss Turnip.
Miss Turnip. Yeah.
As long as Miss Turnip minds her manners, she is welcome.
All right.
Roll for housebreak.
I'll leave Turnip outside while I scope out the room with my weapons, and
Oh, you leave Turnip with your weapon?
with my weapons.
I was
You
going to
said-
say you're about to have a problem.
Turnip's a mastiff, so I mean she's not a little tiny dog. People aren't gonna rob the dog.
Turnip also has a weird gaze that she might turn towards people, so it's got kind of a not normal eye color. But
Scope out the room.
yeah, it's second story, first story, big
Second
windows in it.
From
Cool.
as far as I'm aware, that was what I gathered. That the sleeping quarters were kind of up on the second story.
Okay. Does it have a window?
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty stereotypical.
Cool. I
The MLS.
Sure,
Yeah.
by all means.
Awesome.
Some things later may not necessarily line up, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a fact. It's a visual aid.
I missed
Why
up.
Not one. No, not you. Just nothing. I didn't plan for anything to be 1-to-1. This is a visual aid.
Clyde will just hang out on the porch for another half an hour, petting Turnip until with that window still left open, and eventually, after a certain amount of time, he will scurry up the side of the building with his weapons to sleep with them because there could be people trying to murder him right now.
What about Turnip?
Turnip, he will come and retrieve and bring inside the building.
Can Clyde lift Turnip?
No, I will not
Oh.
lift him. I will just walk back in normally.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Sorry about that. It was just
So
a little bit-
you're sneaking your guns into your room and then coming back outside. Can you roll a stealth check for me?
Sure.
Do we all get perception checks?
If y'all are inside,
Yeah.
it would be at disadvantage, 100%.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Would him sneaking his weapons in there be considered a surprise?
What do you mean?
Like, because I can't be surprised.
No, that would not count. That is
That's a
surprise in
combat
regards to like.
It's only
combat.
surprise combat.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
16 on the side.
16. That's pretty
Hey,
good.
Beat me. 12.
19.
19.
You see a cat with guns scurrying up the side of a building.
Well, I guess that's the question is, if Clyde would have been kind of hanging out with Turnip for a while, a little bit more on the porch,
Yeah.
the professor would have made it inside. Did you roll that perception check with disadvantage, Mr.
No,
Professor?
I did not. Sorry.
Yeah, if you would have been in the bar, it would have been a disadvantage because this is outside, just scrambling up a wall.
Brings it down to a 17.
17. Okay. So out of 12, a 17. What else?
Bad.
Bad. Okay.
I'm staring deeply into Agatha's eyes at the moment.
Well, it's
She-
quite
Man in love.
easy.
He's got only one focus.
I'm nowhere near here, so
Yeah, you're not there. What was Bell's? I'm sorry.
7.
7. I'll say even with a 17 because your stealth check was a 16, right?
Correct.
Say like even with a 17. I'll say specifically with your skill set and your history,
Might be more of like a
Professor.
putting 2 and 2 together, like had
Yeah.
seen the stuff
Yeah, you
earlier, saw
don't-
like scuttle
you
past
hear-
a window or something.
Yeah, you see like a shadow, and you hear like the faintest sound of kind of scratching, and he's like, oh, somebody just fucking climbed up the side of the building. And then a few moments later, you hear it in reverse.
I'll probably just jump straight out the window the second time around. I'm a cat. Like,
That's fair.
I got this.
Then you don't hear
Land
anything
on
the
your
second
dog
time
like
around.
a horse.
Yeah, you don't hear
gonna-
anything the second time around.
But then shortly thereafter would see the cat coming
You
in.
would see
with
you
his
see the cat
dog.
man.
Yeah.
That is short, very small. Reminder to everyone, 3'4". I have a very hard time remembering this information, so I feel like I need to remind everybody.
So he's
Enters.
he's sitting
big
on
ass
the
dog.
probably flirting with one of the doves,
Mhm.
drinking his milk. Cat comes in, just kind of interesting.
So, and that you're just going to bed after that, Clyde? It's coming in and being like going back up to your room, taking Turnip with you.
It's like 10:30. Still wearing the sunglasses. He doesn't ever take them off. Pretty weird.
Interesting.
But it is kind of more noticeable that there is a little bit of a glow behind those glasses with it being less lit.
Nice. Okay, so that's what Clyde's doing. Who's next? Who's the next EO? What are y'all doing for the evening? If anything, you can just be hanging out. That's entirely up to you.
Geist will be continuing to stay up for a while and flirt.
About how late?
Probably about 11,
11. Okay.
maybe 12.
Taking anyone to bed?
No.
No. Okay. So staying
Just-
until about 11, just hanging out, flirting.
He will probably actually. Who's the who seems to be one of the doves who is getting the least or a less than normal amount of attention that night?
Man, that's a good question. And you know what? I
Yes.
want to let the proprietor decide. Bell, who do you think
Particularly,
is having a rougher night for business?
particularly if said dove looks frustrated by that fact or shows any kind of dismay or lets that slip through their facade.
Who would that be, Miss Bell?
Let's see. I'm going to say that it's probably going to be Lynn, because with this newcomer, all the women are much more like flirty with him and paying him all attention. So, and even the men seem to be more interested in this new guy. So Lynn is not giving as much attention as normal. He's not accustomed to having pretty boy competition.
Well, he will be the one that gets approached.
You just hanging out with him, flirting with Lynn?
Yeah, he'll approach him and just, you're handsome, aren't you?
Like I said, looks like he was a little disappointed at before, but then brightens up. Yes, I am. Thank you. You're not bad looking yourself.
I appreciate a compliment.
I'm here to please.
And how much does it cost to please?
Miss Bell, what are your rates? Let you rob your son blind.
100 gold.
Like, I was like, this is a fine establishment. I don't know, like.
That's real fine establishment. 100 gold. Holy.
Well, okay,
take the train
so
all the way back to the
help.
mainland.
I need a little help, DM. Cause I should have thought of this.
I would
ahead of
say,
time,
for
but,
context, a gun costs 100 gold pieces. Bullets are a few silvers for like quite a few of them. You know, a drink is like a room for, you know, a night is 1 silver, stuff of that nature.
Okay, so I'd say 1 gold. Then,
Gold.
like, because I mean, you know, they need to make a good wage, but at the same time, we do rely on repeat business.
Right.
A quick Google
There you
search
go.
says about the cost of 4 drinks.
Not in my place.
I literally just Googled Wild West prostitute cost.
No, just kidding. Yeah.
The great
That-
type of Google
that was-
searches you get when you play D&D.
Right?
So
Jeez.
that is the price you are given, Professor.
He will count out 5 silver and say, for conversation,
Eyebrow raise.
nothing more.
I believe I can manage. And you will have his undivided flirtation for the evening. Or for a while, anyway.
So he will flirt with said individual for the rest of the night until it is time to head to bed, and trying to like get to know him and asking about, oh, what brings
I'll
you
say-
here?
You probably end up having to fork out another 5 silver.
That's fine. I'll just
By the
deduct
hour,
it.
baby.
By the hour.
We have a
Where's
no
that character
tipping
sheet?
policy, so everybody makes a good wage.
But, okay, yeah.
Hanging
out, flirting.
Yep. And like I said, trying to actually like, oh, how did you get here? What are your goals? What are your interests? Like very the kind of like boyfriend experience kind of thing.
Interesting. Okay.
But while he's doing so,
I am not going to answer each of these questions.
I-
I just will
that-
let you know.
that is fine.
Okay.
But yeah, like trying to form that connection with him, but then he's also like making sure that he is the hottest one in the room, flirting with the second hottest one in the room.
Okay.
What's your charisma?
Yeah. Roll Riz check.
Riz check. Obviously proficient. So
Now,
Alright,
this is
I'm gonna
straight
raise up the
charisma.
door.
I want a straight charisma roll.
straight charisma roll.
Straight
Oh, okay.
charisma. Yep. If
Okay.
Alistair is contesting this, it is a straight.
Yeah.
Sarah Bell's also contesting with
Let's
a
see.
3.
It's an 18 total. Jesus fucking Christ.
Ah, that's hot. Yeah, you are.
I lied. 2.
It gets worse. You 100%, if you are intentionally trying to catch people's attention, will catch people's attention throughout the night.
Oh yeah, yeah, he is.
Easily. Absolutely. Easily done. Who's next? Unless there's nothing that you guys want to do in particular.
Nothing extreme on Alistair's part.
Nope.
He'll sit there
Hanging out. People
Yep.
watching?
Yep.
Fantastic. Watching Sarah Bell work. Efficient. Very can part folks like nobody's business. Okay.
And it's at some point Belle will come by and because she checks on everybody, right, throughout the night, going around, and at some point she'll come by Alistair and Agatha. And how are y'all doing this evening? Are y'all having a nice time? Is there anything I can get y'all?
No, ma'am, Miss Bell. I do appreciate you checking in. You do run a fine establishment here. While I do have you here, and I know you're very busy, let me go ahead and extend our stay for another week.
Absolutely, I'll be glad to do that. No, don't worry. You can just pay in the morning over breakfast. We have everything kind of shut down right now, so we'll get that all settled up. Is there anything you need in your room? Extra blankets or anything like that?
I think we're all taken care of. Thank you, though.
Oh, fantastic. Well, please be sure and stop by the bar, like I said, in the morning, and we'll send Jesse upstairs to change the sheets and all that for your next week's stay.
Very well.
Anything else in particular for you, Belle?
No, I think I'm gonna keep an eye out for Callie.
Yeah.
Watching for her to walk.
So you're
in
just
the
kind of
door.
hanging out until Callie returns.
Yeah,
I
just kinda
know
doing
Clyde
stuff.
turned in pretty early. Edmund turned in a little bit later in the evening after, vibing. Alice, are you staying up particularly late, or are you going to be hitting the hay as well?
No later than, like, I'll see the majority of the party get started about halfway through. Go ahead and head upstairs.
So, okay, so about 11. So before Callie would return. Okay, so Callie, like we said, you'll be getting back kind of around 12ish, around midnight. You're walking in, job well done. You have to do it fairly frequently, but man, still, it's a long walk. Feet are killing you a little bit. You're ready to get in and be done. Can you roll a perception check for me?
Yes, I can. Perception is only gonna be a 12.
12. Also, do you have dark vision?
Yes, I do.
You do. That's right. You are an Eladrin elf. So, even with a 12, it's not great. So I'll say that you don't hear anything. You get. I'll say you're probably like 60 or so feet. A little farther than that. I'm sorry. My idea of distance in my head is not super great. Maybe 60, 70 or 80 feet, more like, away from kind of from the sunrise. When you don't hear anything, but you see kind of stumbling into town a man, just glancing over his shoulder, sprints, like stumbling up the stairs, almost falls through the saloon doors, and almost immediately on his heels, no more than about like maybe 5 or so seconds behind, ghostly riders and one physical who immediately begin to dismount and start walking. You can see the non because I say ghostly, they are slightly corporeal, but there's wisps left behind them as their limbs and things move. Their mounts seem to, after they dismount, seem to almost start to fade. You see the living one, it would appear, gesticulate. A couple immediately start moving up. The others kind of spread in a little line across the street. You see ghostly guns, revolvers, rifles, pointing, gunfire. Bang, bang, bangs, glass shatters, bullets passing through into the saloon doors. For those of you that are inside, and by those of you, I mean not Alistair, but Belle and Sarah Bell, funnily enough, things are starting to wind down for the evening. You still have some people coming in. When pounding through the doors is a man. He looks ragged. He's got like a giant black eye. He's got blood running down his face. He's one hand clutched to his side as he stumbles in and falls. Belle, you will recognize this. This is one of Sinclair's men. And in the time that you have to recognize that he's one of Sinclair's men, he calls out, "Get down there! Somebody come! They're chasing me! Get Sinclair!" Bang, 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 bang. Gunshots going through. And that's where we're gonna go on break.
God
Yeah.
almighty.
So we will be back here shortly. Don't go anywhere. I know we were doing a lot of just kind of RPing and vibing around, but this is session 1. We gotta start to get a feel for it. But we also get to kill shit. So let's go combat, and we have guns. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a quick bathroom break, maybe refresh beverages, all that fun stuff. I recommend you do the same. But we'll be back here shortly. Bye. Okay, now we're back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to this here Whispers in the Dust campaign. I apologize if I'm distracted. I realized I should have colored some bases earlier, and I didn't because I am a genius. But you're hopping back in here with us as we are hopping into a combat. Just a brief rundown of the start of our session. Our players kind of spent a little bit of time exploring, and now they are being explored with bullets, or at least the Sunrise Saloon is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if it is not evident by the wonderful models I chose to represent them, by some ghostly riders with guns, ghost cowboys, even led by a one not so ghost cowboy who directed them to light up the place after a gentleman went sprinting inside. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative, if you would be so kind. Red and purple.
Oh, fuck yes. I like this so far. This is going really great for me.
So, all right, is everybody rolled?
Yes.
Okay, 25-20.
22.
24.
Hell
24.
Yeah, let's go.
So we're gonna go
A nat 20 plus 4.
Yeah.
24, and I had a 22 for Claude.
That's correct.
All right, 20-15. Oh no.
Oh, no. You're supposed to all say the rest of the people go then.
15-10.
14.
11.
14. Okay. So Callie with a 14. I'm gonna put you as Allie on my combat tracker with the 11. Okay, 10-5.
7.
7.
7.
7.
I have 7.
What?
Oh, no.
Who has the better decks?
I got 13.
13.
18.
18. Okay. I think Belle takes it. So I got Belle with a 7, immediately followed by, I'm putting you as Sarah for my own sanity on here. Oh, how fun! What are my bad guys' bonuses? Because they rolled pretty fucking good. So, oh my gosh, oh
But,
my goodness.
But what if they didn't?
So, okay, that's them. And then, Callie, what's your dex?
16.
16? Okay. Okay. Oh boy, and then this, big homie rolled really shit though. Still better than you guys though.
Hey, chill.
Damn.
Some of you. I'd say he rolled better than all of you. Okay, so coming into our combat, like I said, bullets have rang out. But you know what? I almost forgot myself. Surprise, everybody.
I'm not surprised though.
You're not
I'm not
surprised,
surprised.
and Belle's
I'm
not surprised. Every other one of you is surprised. I'm not gonna say you have to roll to wake up. So just a fuckload of bullets just went flying in here. So you're awake. You are surprised. And unfortunately, Sarabelle, you do not. This just it just caught you off guard because it just happened. So Geist actually does not go first. Neither does Clyde. My purple squad gets to go though. So we get to do stuff. They have pretty particular orders though, so we're gonna get. Let's see here. 5, 10. Oh goodness. 10, 15, 20. Oh no, the door's in the way. Door. All right.
They gotta leave their weapons at the door.
Thankfully, he's not coming in.
Oh no.
Yeah. So let's see here. This is actually probably this is part of what I was concerned about. Let's see. So his target is right in front of him, but there's another person in front. So we're gonna give this weighted to his target. So on a 3 through 6, he will shoot the dude on the ground. On a 1 or a 2, he's going to try to shoot Sarabelle. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 4. So, being within 10 feet with a shotgun, he has advantage on this roll. He is going to hit, and I'm just going to keep this quick for you guys as this skeleton comes in for a 11. And comes in, shotgun, looks down, levels the dude. Is he alive or dead? I don't know. He is definitely down though.
R.I.P.
Yeah, and you know what?
George.
They're undead, and this is kind of their shtick. So he is then gonna step in farther. You can see it. Double barrel shotgun fired once. It is then bringing around to level. On you, does not have the chance to fire again though. Kelly, you're over there. You're also not their quarry. So they fired like a barrage in. They start moving up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And basically they're all gonna double move, I think. This whole squad double moves up to kind of these things. And they may not be smart, but they're smart enough to at least be trying to, like, they're taking some semblance of cover at the edge of the porch. Ending their turn, that is going to bring us to Callie, actually.
I go, hell! And I'm going to run 30 feet, maybe.
All right.
Which is right there. Come on, thing. I believe in you. Oh, go away. It's like right there-ish. Alright. Then I am going to sorry. Oh, he's real far away. Okay. I am gonna bonus action face step another 30 feet to
Awesome.
get into
To
right?
where?
Well, maybe I don't. That's real far away. Why? Didn't we say it was like 80? That it doesn't matter. It's okay.
What measurement was a little wonky?
Well, so earlier I had measured it out, and it was.
You were from this corner of the building. You were about 80 feet out. You should have been it here-ish.
Mhm. So I was just trying to get using, because my face step is 30 feet as well, so it's like run, face step, and then
I say
be
that's
closer.
This is probably a better way to measure it. Yeah, somewhere around there, kind of in that AoE,
Okay.
somewhere kind of on that curve
All
is
right.
where you would have started.
Okay. So then maybe.
So you would have been able to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You would be more easily like around there after your 30 feet of movement.
Okay. And then I'd like to, yeah, then I'll use 30 feet for my face step. Yeah.
Just kind of moving right there. Sick. Getting
Yeah.
up to that barrel
Mm-hmm.
and box combo.
Exactly. And so then I'm going to pull out my revolver and shout out and go, now we can't be having any of that now, can we? And go to hit, let's see, who is the, that guy is within, yeah, I'm going to do this middle guy here, because that's
Okay.
still within,
This one right here.
right, yeah.
Shoot it
Yeah.
up.
Awesome. Does a 16, 17,
Hits.
21. I was like,
Hits.
yeah, 21 to hit. Okay, so then...
AC a lot lower in this game. That
Awesome.
definitely hits. And they have cover, not from where you were shooting at them from. So
Okay. 6 plus 3, 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing. Awesome. And I'm gonna kind of these number those on stream. Ignore the numbers that are on here. I'm just keeping track of how much damage they have taken, for my own sanity. All right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
bam, one shot. Glancing into it, doing. You said 9. Actually, I gotta take damage into account. Let me. This is gonna bother me if I don't do it. So we're gonna do this. 8 down, 12. Definitely wing it, like whisking through it, and it does seem to impact with something in the middle of it. It seems like there's almost like a skeleton inside of the more phantasmy form that it holds. Sending chunks flying, definitely spreading away some of the mist of its person. A fine hit.
Awesome. And I think I only have one attack at the moment. So I'm just going to use my turn's words to say, everyone, there is a whole party coming out here.
Sorry, that was super neat. Okay.
And then,
Y'all hear that yelled. The barrage of gunfire, this dude laid another guy out. You hear another gunshot from outside, and then Callie's voice.
And that's the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn. All right, that brings us to Red. Red squad.
Uh-oh.
Indeed. Shotgun has similar orders to the other shotgun. 5, 10, 15, 20. There are people in here. Person they were told to target is down. Belle, how threatening is Gus look right about now? I gotta determine whether he's choosing between 2 targets or 3. Oh wait! Oh no. Sorry. You rolled a 7. Belle? Stacy Lynn?
Sorry, apologies.
No worries.
Okay, so
Not your turn. Question real quick.
okay,
How
yes.
threatening is Gus in this instance?
How threatening is he? He's
Yes.
very threatening.
Very threatening? Okay. So,
He's extremely threatening.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The skeleton's gonna. The skeleton. The ghost is gonna try to shoot Gus. He actually has 5 more feet of movement, so he's gonna step in.
How dare he?
Gus, a scary looking dog. He is a good boy, and that is not disadvantage right now.
He's a good boy. They should
He
not
might.
try to hurt my
It's still gonna miss.
good.
Unless Gus has a like negative. There's no fucking way. 6.
Not even close. They can't get
Just
my good boy.
comes in and this ghostly cowboy swings the shotgun around, levels, and just seems to fire early, just taking off a big ass chunk of wood off of the door frame of your saloon. Not hitting though. Oh boy. You just shot, and both the shotguns are currently occupied there. I mean, they've got shit to do, so this one is gonna make it like 30 feet here. Swoop. Somebody who has it pulled up on their stuff, because I'm using stat blocks that don't have these revolvers. Can somebody tell me the stat block, the range increment on a revolver real quick?
40.
40? Okay. So that guy is going to be taking a shot at you at disadvantage. That's going to be a 15.
Shooting at who?
Callie. Only person outside.
I have an AC of 16.
16? That's, remember, you're not counting the AC from your armor. It's just 10 plus your dex unless you have a shield or cover.
Am I not? I guess.
You didn't quite have, from the angle they are shooting you at, you would need to be
Behind
here
the little dealy
or
bob.
here or like here to have cover from where they are at right now.
That is right. So 13 would be it, but we did. What was your ruling on us having our armor? Because you said that
your armor gives you damage reduction. So it will whatever the normal bonus you would get from your your armor would normally give you to AC will instead just come off the top of the damage.
Okay, yeah. So then I have a 13 as my armor class right now.
All right. So that shot would hit you.
Indeed.
8, 9. It would be for 9 points of piercing damage, but cut whatever the bonus from your armor would be off
By
the top
3.
of
that.
Okay. So cutting 3 off of that. Very nice. Bringing it down to 6.
Yeah.
A glancing blow. Not definitely your armor not taking all of it, but taking off some.
Okay.
Okay. Then we've got our other 2 here. He's right there. That's gonna be one shot. This one is gonna kinda 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And yeah, he's just gonna double move. 10 up to the side. This one is going to move 10, 15, 20. Y'all are going to have to use your imaginations for 25 because it will not let me move it up against the logs. It is, however, taking cover against those logs. And can somebody tell me the range on a hunting rifle? Range increment on a hunting rifle. If they don't mind.
Hunting rifle is 80.
80.
80.
I think this one's far enough farther that it's still outside of it. Just. So, hunting rifle shot also being made with disadvantage. Which will save you on a 7 total on that attack. As it does this ghostly cowboy comes running up, takes a knee, fires a shot, fires too fast, hits the cart behind you. That cart is wildly large, by the way, but some of the smaller ones I could find. fires, but just taking a chunk of wood out of there. That is going to end their turn. Alistair, you're surprised. And that leaves my other guy, who is also alive. And this individual, you will note, is armored and carrying a tower shield. Revolver in one hand, tower shield in the other. He's going to advance on you. Bell, not Bell, my goodness. Callie. Yeah. So he is just going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. See, he is obviously he moved, cannot hunker on this round, but he does have light cover. Die on your own time, Mr. Geist. And we said 40, so he's still outside that first range increment, so he is going to be taking his shot with disadvantage. His is going to hit, though, with a 12
Ouch.
on the dice before his bonuses.
Okay.
For 14 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
3 off the top down to 11.
Okay.
Well,
Ooh.
pretty fucking solid on those D8s. Taking his shot, calling out over his shield. Best not to interfere, but here you are. Leave now. And that's going to be his turn. Bell, you are not surprised. What would you like to do?
I am going to grab a chair and hit him with it.
What?
The dude.
Okay, so
I'm right there, right?
Yeah,
I'm right
you
there.
are right here, and the skeleton is right here. I say skeleton. The undead cowboy. He's a ghostly cowboy. He is not actually a skeleton. Let's clarify.
So he looks like a ghost to me, right? Not a
He
skeleton.
like I said, like I described to Callie, there is a skeleton in there, but it looks almost like a ghost layered on top of a skeleton, and that is why he is able to wield a fucking shotgun.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess she will spin around and pull a revolver from her pocket
Absolutely.
and will shoot him. Shoot him.
Okay. Going to fire. Roll an attack for me.
Yep. Oh, that's not good. So it's a 7 on the dice. Do I add anything to that? Sorry.
Your entire attack roll, which should be your dexterity plus your proficiency bonus. So
Oh,
it should be at least a
okay.
+6.
Okay, so then it's a 13.
13. That hits.
Okay.
100% hits. So,
Okay.
two.
All right.
So yeah, roll your revolver damage.
2d8, right?
Yeah, 2d8 plus whatever plus your dex, and I don't know what fighting style you took. So
The fighting style I took was the hang on, I'll tell you.
no worries.
Where is it? Archery.
Archery. So you actually have a +8 to hit. So you definitely would have hit him.
Okay.
But so that should be 2d8 plus 4 because it's 2d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, so that's gonna be 13.
13 points of damage. And
Yes.
I need to take this up a little bit. What did I say? 13. Oh man, that's a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay, you hit the fuck out of it. It blows a chunk off of its out of it right there, and I actually realized I did a whoopsie, and I did that more than once. So y'all are just gonna have to forgive me. Blowing a chunk out of it, a bunch of its ghostly essence flying out. It does not, however, seem phase. Like, you definitely damaged the hell out of it. It, however, is still like Terminator-esque, almost like rocks back before kind of more flickery, more fadey, giant chunks of bone missing, but still looking ready to do its job. Anything else for your turn?
Okay. Yes. So, Gus, as I pull and shoot, I'm gonna say Argus, and he will charge,
Mhm.
and he will ball attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that attack for me.
You said what kind of an attack?
A mauling attack
Okay.
is what she
Maul
said.
attack. Okay. I thought
Maul.
that there was.
It has
weapon.
a fucking two-handed
thought-
hammer.
I thought that it had a particular anatomy that was going after, and I was like, "Excuse me."
I also heard ball attack.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Dear
no,
God.
She trained
All
us
right.
to
A
go
type of
after-
maul.
So it's a 7.
To hit,
Yes.
that will miss, unfortunately. Their AC is low. It's not that low. As it
Okay,
does
yeah.
go to chomp at it, it does kind of dodge out of the way. And you can see, like, these faces are very, like, obscure. Like, they seem kind of indistinct almost. And it does, you kind of see, like, an O form. Like, it looks like it should be making noise if it was, like, a person. It's not, though. So, is that going to be it for your turn?
And she's gonna say, apparently y'all can't read. I said, check your weapons at the door.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, after Bell, that is going to end our surprise round,
Jesus
bringing us
fucking Christ.
back to the top. 2 Geist! Geist, gunshots have been ringing through. You've heard a couple, like, that woke you up. More gunshots have gone off. 2 giant fucking shotgun blasts close to the front door. What do?
He's been in a lot of gunfights. He knows that these aren't gunshots out in the street. These are heading into the building he's in.
Correct.
And you know what? This ain't his fucking fight. So, where are we at?
You are.
There-
Yeah,
there
you're in
we
one of
at.
those bedrooms up top. Viewers, please
he
ignore
is
the
going
missing
to-
back walls.
Yeah, he is going to take the key from around his neck, open up that chest.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what combination of actions this is going to take, so you tell me.
Uh-huh. What are you
Um,
doing?
Grabbing his rifle,
Okay, because yeah, you
handful
did.
of cartridges,
Uh-huh.
and he's bolting out the back.
Are you going out the window or are you going out a door?
Oh, out the fucking window.
Okay, so you're jumping out the window onto that back, kind of the top of these separate rooms that
Yeah.
are attached to the back.
Wow.
Okay, boom. You are out there. Anything else you're doing?
What all did that take? DM?
I am a lenient God. I'm a lenient Yahweh.
Thank you.
I will
Thank
say
you.
all that takes just your object interaction because you had to unlock the chest.
All right, cool. That was what?
Do
15
action,
feet of
bonus
movement?
action. Yeah.
About 15 feet of movement. All right. We're gonna go.
There is an actual wall there. There are walls to the backs of these rooms. Do not worry. They're not completely exposed to the elements normally.
Hopping off.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check. Because that is like,
Let's
10
not
foot.
fall on your face.
that would be hilarious.
Ooh, he might fall on his face.
It's not that hard of a check. It was only a 10-foot drop.
I am checking to see what my bonuses are.
I'm going to go ahead and tell
That
you
will
it's a
be
DC 10.
10.
10 exactly. So you just make it. You almost stumble and fall on your face, and you're just like, oh shit, it's going down moment. But you are not prone.
So for the viewers, what you see him take out of this chest, if you know what a Sharps rifle is, and one of those that has like the scope running all the way along down it, one of those long ass old west scopes. And he's just got a handful. It's not even in a box or anything, just a handful of bullets, cramming it in his pocket as he
Those
goes.
things are like
Just
this
like-
big.
Yeah, just like tucks his shoulder, rolls out the window, and is scrambling. Almost falls on his face as he like butt slides off the edge of the building. He is in go mode.
Fantastic.
And I still have my bonus action and cunning action.
Hell yeah. Do it to it. Another 30 feet. Okay. Getting over to kind of these bushes and things.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You're out there.
That's his turn.
Do you have
He doesn't say
dark vision?
anything out
Question?
loud. Oh no, he does not have
Okay.
dark vision.
Cool.
He is
Noted.
human as fuck.
I mean, there are some light sources. These little fire poles aren't out there just for fun, but just for my own note. Okay, fantastic. Is that it for your turn?
He didn't say anything out loud, but inside he's going fuck, 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 fuck.
I bet you that dude who is currently bleeding out on the floor is thinking the same thing, so, in
I don't know
some
if he's
small
thinking
part
much
of his
anything at
mind.
all.
All right, and you said that's it for you?
Yep. Wait, no. Object interaction movement. Oh no, I still got an action. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna load my rifle and cram the rest in my pocket.
Okay, so action. Go ahead. Sliding that round in and cramming the rest in the pocket. I imagine that you were in one of those like onesie situations as the butt flap. Like that's what you're sleeping in.
Hold on.
Anyway, Mr.
Nope.
Kelly, Mr. King, what you doing?
Mr. King and Mr. Clyde has the exact opposite. He's probably already having nightmares about his past week, and so when gunshots wake him up, his instant reaction is they're fucking coming back. It's fucking go mode. It's
Ah!
0 to 100 fuel,
Let's go.
full fury, and he just spits it, turn up the state, and he bolts out the window, going upwards using using his climb speed and his feline agility. He is going to double move to get him to all the way. You scurry around here.
There you go.
He's going to
Up on
use
the roof.
all the way to get up onto the roof, and then screech into the edge. He'll use his bonus action to manifest an echo, and then with the action surge, it's almost like the echo manifestation sort of continues traveling as his body stops. And while the echo's flying out in midair, falling towards the rest of these guys, he's gonna make his dual attack at this guy right next to him while it's
Do
coming
you
to
have
the-
to have line of sight, or is it just as long as your echo is near them?
Well, I will probably be staying right there and then heading back around that corner with the rest of my movement.
Okay. So you said it's making dual hits. So are you firing guns, or are you making an attack with your short sword?
2 pistols.
Okay. Rules is written. It works. Fucking Echo Knights are weird. I don't think they were intended to exist in a universe where they could use guns, but who
Well, yeah,
cares?
It is what it is.
Pop out. Are
They
you
were
within
made after
those?
Whitestone.
Do what?
I suppose. You are 1 square away. Those attacks are gonna be at disadvantage. You're within 5 feet because you don't have gunner yet, right?
I plan to make those attacks while falling through the air.
While falling. Sure. Why not? They make them.
Just because it sounds
What in the
cooler
John
than-
Woo is going on
it,
here?
it sounds cooler than going, and then my echo looks down, fires twice, and hops off the roof.
Okay.
The first attack's a 19 on the dice for a total of 25.
That'll hit.
And then the second one is a 12 plus 6 for an 18.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me the damage on those.
The first one is 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of damage.
And the second one is also 15.
Also 15. Okay. First one doesn't quite do it. Just firing down, like going through the its kind of spectral form through some of its skull, shattering some of the bones on it. The second shot, however, also almost hitting, mirroring it, but also on the other side, it does shatter enough of it that it does perish,
All right.
dispelling that particular ghostly cowboy.
And
Things different.
you said that they're technically taking the spot of that post right there?
Yeah, they are like, they would be up against it, but I cannot put them up against it. Because they're kind of up against that post. They kind of dropped to knees so they have the cover of the porch and the
Okay.
and the posts themselves.
And then just kind of running in that direction for a little bit, I'll use my Unleash Incarnation.
Okay.
where I will take a melee attack with a claw at a guy that's within. So I don't know if I can just like reach over and just kick the shit out of those.
Slap it.
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
All right. That is an 18 plus things.
18 will hit. What's the damage on that?
Not as much. It is 6 total.
6. Definitely. This is the one that Callie had shot earlier.
Okay.
So that it is now it looks pretty badly damaged at this juncture.
And I guess since Callie can see it, this shade thing that just pops out of this cat person that you clearly see at this point on top of the saloon, looks like it's just completely kind of black and white, except for its eyes are radiating bright yellow as the only real color on it, and it appears to have a hat and a coat with a bunch of armor and stuff underneath it, and maybe looks slightly younger, and just as angry as the cat person on top of the building. And that's my turn.
All right. And in Clyde's turn, that's gonna bring us to. I don't know why I called these guys purple. Their fucking bases are definitely blue.
Yep. I didn't want to call you out earlier.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I had not colored the bases before we started combat, so I was just kind of fucking going. I was like, I need to fucking actually split these so I can remember. So this is gonna be their turn. So we're gonna keep it up with Shotgun Lad going first. He's got clear lines of sight on Belle and Sarah Belle, so those are who he's gonna choose between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is going to try to shoot Sarah Belle. Like I said, leveling the shotgun like he had done previously. You are within 10 feet, so that attack is going to be at advantage. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Just misses.
Oh, man. I hope you have. No. I hope you are. Make sure you know how much you're about to be reducing by. 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they rolled a lot worse than against the other guy.
I'm not a
that is
genius or anything, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's gonna be 15 points of piercing damage. If anybody was curious, they rolled 25 damage on the first shot against the NPC. Yeah.
Who was that NPC? Emphasis on was.
It was the guy who came running in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who came like diving through. Right now, kind of what's going on is it's chaos. Everybody, what few pages are still in the bar are fucking have hauled ass away from the front door. Like they are screaming and fleeing. So that is that shot. You remember, make sure you reduce the damage by the AC your armor would normally give you, Christopher. That's gonna be that guy's turn. They're just kind of hanging out right there. That brings us to the other two where they have acquired a friend. So the one right in front. So they hadn't fired, and so I actually hadn't decided who had their hunting rifle. Let's see if it was the one that you killed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was not, but it is the one that y'all have done a lot of damage to. So first one on the left is going to turn and shoot at your ghost, your ghost, your echo.
Is it technically within 5 feet?
It is technically within 5 feet.
Hey.
Actually, is it? You're right there.
You said that they were.
I would say yeah.
They were like
we'll say yeah.
The square over, but he just couldn't move them.
So.
AC is technically 16 because I think it's 14 plus proficiency. So our 16.
14 plus proficiency. Is that how they calculate their AC?
Yep.
Interesting. I mean, it is ghostly.
Yeah, 14 plus proficiency.
14 plus proficiency. It will miss.
Hey.
The second one with the hunting rifle. Actually, second one with the hunting rifle. Is pretty badly damaged. It's gonna back up. 10, 20, 25.
You can make opportunity attacks with your.
Can you?
Echo, right?
Can you?
I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't know. I double check. I don't know if you currently have line of sight.
You can use your reaction to make opportunity attack against the creature as if you were in the echo space.
Sure. So roll the attack.
Yeah, it'll be a claw attack, so not the most.
Right. It won't
Does,
take much.
does a 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
I think you have to really fuck up.
It's a big whopping max damage at 8.
8. Well, it had 2 hit points. So
Hey!
it goes to back up to buy itself some space. One more swipe of the claw, it does vanish. Rifle clatters to the ground, and what other physical bits and pieces it had. That is gonna be all of. I'm gonna keep calling them Purple Squad because now I just wanna. Of Purple Squad, Callie, your turn.
Oh, wait, DM, I'm sorry. I messed up. Because of my whip, nobody within 30 feet of me can be surprised either. I know it's probably too late to do anything about that.
We won't
but
roll it back
for
at this
future
juncture,
reference, yeah,
but for future
but
reference,
for
yeah,
future
definitely want
reference,
to keep
so
that in
Cerebel
mind.
Shouldn't have been surprised. My apologies, Cerebel.
No worries. So it happens. So, Callie,
How dare you?
it is now your turn, ma'am. What would you like to do?
I turn to this asshole who just shot me and go, now, we could do this easy or we could do this interesting. What would you like to do? And
This is the most laid back bitch I have ever seen.
I will pull out my hunting rifle and go to shoot him.
Okay, roll it.
And so because this is the first time I've been playing a paladin, I am planning on divine smiting and what's
Are
it
you
called?
using a
Searing
smite spell? Okay, so your bonus action to searing smite. I would like to know what that looks like.
Yeah. So, Callie actually. So, on her collar, she has something that is like pearlescent, and she goes, "All right." And when she does that, and she aims her gun, it's like a small, like, wisp of fire that just sort of like goes through and around the barrel, and when she pulls the trigger, it just sort of erupts all together. So there's like fire, but then there's also, for the divine smite, like it's like white hot, so you see like the orange red of something that's been ignited, but then also the white hot of something that is just gonna immolate. So that's what I would love to do.
Fantastic. Roll that attack.
Okay, so has a 15 plus 5 is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20, despite the cover he has from the ship. Now, if he had the chance to hunker, it still would have hit. Barely, but it still would have hit.
Awesome.
So that does hit.
Okay, that's awesome. So so that's 2d10 plus 2d4 plus a d6. Okay, let's see.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Hell yeah.
That's a good number right there.
Right? That's my girl.
23 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Yes.
That fucking that hits it, and you like it. It seems like because he is not all the way behind it, and he had kind of leveled his pistol at you again, and had opened his mouth to. You had said, you make this boring, make this interesting, and he opened his mouth to retort, slams into his chest, and you see fire exploding, that bright white light from your divine smite. That hurt really fucking bad. There's like a chunk of, it looks like he's wearing a breastplate underneath, like a reinforced duster, blowing off a chunk of through a chunk of that armor. And yeah, that hurt really bad. He is still up though.
Awesome. I'm going to use my movement to get over here and hide behind.
Fucking move.
Yeah, like, and I'm like that.
Okay.
Do I see the professor?
He's not hiding, I don't think, at this juncture. He hadn't had the chance to hide. So I mean, what's your passive perception?
My passive is Passive perception is a 12, but I do have dark vision.
I'd say yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say if he's not stealthing, I'd say a 12 is enough to like you see him back that way.
I just
This
like
may be important. He
Yeah.
does have the pajamas with the butt flap, so. I rolled for it. I rolled a 95.
Callie rolls her eyes just like deeply and goes,
Hell
"Are you
yeah.
gonna be helping, sir?" and just like point in the general direction of
Fuck up! He says he was hunkered when he was running.
I am bleeding profusely. And I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay. That is Callie. That's going to bring us to Red Squad, who they are properly named.
Hey.
This guy, you hit him really fucking hard, and he doesn't like have a ton of his own sentience, but I think he has enough to retaliate. So that shotgun went from missing at Argus is now leveled at you, Belle. That
Thank you.
is going to be a 12. Does that hit your AC? Actually, I don't think it does. Right?
It does not.
It
Nope.
does not. So, I'm also learning things. So, this dude's having bad luck tonight. Fired once, missed, hit Argus, goes to fire you, duck, and it just obliterates a section of that table right behind you. And then it does dip back out and around the corner because they used both of its shells.
Provoke opportunity attack?
Belle currently has her revolver drawn. She can try to fucking punch it if she would like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Roll an unarmed attack. That would be.
Wait, does she
Your
have her whip on her?
It's not drawn.
Oh,
It is
okay.
Yeah,
stashed right now.
it's-
Currently, she has the
it's stashed
revolver.
on
out.
I don't know if
So
she's
that
doing
was
some, like,
is your
Indiana
strength plus
Jones.
your proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay, so y'all can't see. Okay, so straight. So that's 14 plus my proficiency bonus, so 16.
16 hits. How much? What's your strength mod?
My strength mod is 2.
You have a +2 strength.
Yep.
So the base of an unarmed strike is 1, right? So it's 1 plus your strength mod. So there's a total of 3 damage.
Yes.
It had. Oh. It survives.
Oh no. Oh no.
It survives, but barely. As it goes out, you fucking lash out, like you donkey punch this fucking thing in the back of the skull, and it knocks like you see like bits of teeth and like a chunk of jaw go rattling on the floor of your saloon, but it survives. Unfortunate. It's very, very close. I thought it had 2 hit points. It had 3, and the 1 DR. Oh boy. So that is going to be the shotgunner's turn. That brings us to the ones that don't have shotguns. Boy, oh boy. Let's see some gestures. You moved back there. This one had been moving to cover, but is now just going to beeline. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That little kitty cat did a lot of damage. Gonna try to pop a shot at it with the revolver that it has. It's gonna try to shoot your echo. It can't see you because I think you dipped back around the
Yeah.
top, right?
Indeed.
That you said its AC is 16, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a 16 on the nose. Does it have any HP?
1 HP, so it's gone.
Bang! Shot. Echo gone. This one is gonna. So it saw Callie go over that way. I can't fucking move it. It is gonna use its action. I say, what is it? Fucking, I'm forgetting my own rules. Da 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 da. Yoink. I'm glad that I compiled all my home rules in one convenient place. Aren't you guys? Wow. Ian's so cool.
Nice, kind of cringe.
Yeah,
Woo!
that guy. Go God.
No, okay, so he is going to use his movement to hunker behind this pile of wood. And he's going to hold his action.
Oh shit, he's got the Overwatch.
Rifle braced on the top of the wood. Not braced with a capital B, but he is over there. That is him. He shot. This one's right here. We have a window here. Can he see anything through this? I can't quite tell. Fuck it. This shit is taking longer. Anyway, so 10, 15, 20. Yeah, just look around this corner. Sarabella, I'm so sorry. It does not have very much movement. It is going to try to shoot you. We use a different die this time around. Is your AC a 12?
It's an 11.
Oh. I'm sorry, little one. Okay, that could be worse. 10 points of piercing damage with your AC taken off the top.
I am down.
Oh no!
No. Did he have like 19 HP and you rocked him for 15 at the
For
beginning?
15, yes.
I don't know what the armor class is. I don't know how much DR you're getting from that, so I was hoping it was higher
I have
than that.
splint.
Oh, actually, that's a decent amount, right?
You have a splint?
Let me double check.
I'll say, were you able to afford splint?
Scale.
That's scale. So that should have been 4 off. So that would have been.
Oh, 4?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Remember, it's
okay,
whatever
then I'm
the AC bonus normally would be. Scale mail is usually an AC bonus of it's 14 plus Dex. So you'd be taking 4 off of the 15. So you should take an 11, and then what did I say? 10, 11, and then 6. So there should have been 17 damage you took so far.
Yeah, 2 HP then.
You have
Yeah.
2 HP. Yeah!
I'm not done yet.
Let's fucking go!
He said more scars for the collection.
And that thing had to use all 30 feet to kind of get to that corner because it had to go around its buddy. That is going to end its turn. That's everybody in red squad. Mr. Dotree! The curtain
Yes,
rises.
All right. Well, I'm going to.
I'm 100. If y'all think there's not going to be a fucking like Jin like rumor or something in this campaign, y'all are wrong. That man exists here. I like that
Seems we
character
have
way too
uninvited
much.
guests, my dear. I'm gonna kiss Miss Bookery deeply as a free action,
Ooh my!
and I'm gonna
It's
step
free
out
indeed.
here. These doors are in the way, so if you're good, I'm just gonna close
I'm
them.
about to say I'm closing. I'm closing. There
Okay.
we go. I'm just gonna.
All right.
Yeah, these are. It's kind of inconvenient, isn't it?
It's 5 feet.
I don't
there.
want to make a double wide balcony, but I mean, hey, well, fucking, oh well. Hindsight and all that.
25 feet right here.
Did you fucking just jump over the side? Oh no. Okay.
No.
That was you just-
I'm still up top. I'm trying to survey because I'm seeing bullets fly in from different directions.
You're
and
seeing,
stuff.
yeah, coming out here. You see the rain. You see a dude bleeding profusely here on the floor. You see a ghostly cowboy with a fucking double barrel in the doorway.
Mhm.
Sarah Bell looks rough. I think might be an understatement.
I don't have anything for her.
Oh, I know. I'm just kind of letting you see. Like you said, you're surveying.
Yep.
This is what you're seeing.
So I got to put up on stream if you need to see it. Can I see this guy? I just need line of sight to him. The guy to the right of the door.
Line of sight.
I
Is
just need
this
to see-
anything-
See something.
You
I
just
need
need,
to
I
see
mean,
him.
if all you need is line of sight, I would say yeah, you can see him.
Okay, that's
Is it
all.
talking about for a spell?
So yeah, firstly, since I do have a little bit of something for Sarah Bell here, I'm I am going to, but I'm not gonna address these undead things. I'm gonna address Miss Bell. I'm just gonna call you Sarah from now on, Chris. I'm gonna address Miss Bell, the owner of the establishment. I do not believe they can read Miss Bell. They seem duller than dishwater. I'm gonna demotivate the guy on the left, so he'll take a D6 from his next attack.
Okay.
And then
I need to figure out how I'll give him a torch. Torched. Demotivated.
Demotivated. And then I am going to target both of those guys right there with a vicious mockery. So charisma saving throws from both of them.
Cool.
Shit.
Very cool. Very cool.
Double mockings.
Double
Y'all
mocking.
suck. Boo. You suck. Okay, so one on the left first is an 8.
Fail.
And the one
Hell yeah.
on the right is a 7.
Fail. They'll both take 3 points of psychic damage unless they have resistances of some sort. Or
good question.
immunities.
Whatever.
I'm not worried
You said
about
3
the damage.
points?
Yeah, 3 points of psychic damage.
So
Poopy anti-ghost psychic damage.
okay. Some ghostly wails erupt from them. Their poor psyche. Their feelings are hurted, and that one is demotivated. And you said they have disadvantage on the next attack roll they make.
Both of them do.
So that
Correct.
means that dude takes a D6 and a disadvantage.
Correct.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
And that'll be it for my turn. Let it right there.
Alrighty, so and that brings us to our not undead friend. Okay, he got shot really fucking bad.
Oof.
But that also showed that she is a threat. So he is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Cannot quite see you, even still. Decisions. Okay, he's gonna use action to Jesus Christ. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna get all the way back over here, which that is pretty solid cover. That will be counting as medium cover from your direction. That is action. He is gonna heal a little bit.
You know what? Ow! Actually.
11. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so that's that burnt. Oh, wait, you know what? Nah, we'll wait. We'll wait. But wait, there's more. That's gonna end his turn. Miss Bell. Also, just quick. I know it is 11 o'clock. I hope no people don't mind going just a tad bit over, since we did start a little later.
Oh yeah, let's go an hour later. 2 hours
Cannot
later.
do that.
Alright.
And for
I
a
may
penny and
die.
4 pounds.
I
Wait till sun up.
may die.
DM, real quick, just
Yes,
a note. I did use Searing Smite, so on this dude's turn, he gets a D6 of damage.
Okay, does he get to save against that? And I believe he does. I don't know if it's at the end or the beginning of his turn.
Let me check. It says, on a failed save, he takes 1d6 fire damage. On a successful save...
was he supposed to get a save on the initial shot?
Oh, maybe. A Constitution saving throw he should have had, yeah.
Ah.
Not on the initial hit.
Oh, okay.
Read the spell off for me.
Okay.
The next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon flares with white-hot intensity and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target and causes the target to ignite.
Okay.
At the start of each of its next turns until the spell ends, the target must make a con saving throw. On a failed save, taking 1d6 fire.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
Good question. 14.
Okay.
Roll low. Early level.
That was a 14 on the dice.
Damn Damn.
So
Okay.
unfortunately, he does succeed. He doesn't take the extra damage, but you still whopped him for 23 right off the rip.
Yeah. Well, that means that also my stirrings might ends because he made
Right.
the save.
Yeah. So the concentration ends at the start of his turn.
Damn.
That is gonna be his turn. Okay. So Miss Bell.
So when he missed the other ghost, Argus would like spin and charge and maul the dude that's threatening.
The
Sarah
one with the
Bell.
shotgun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does demotivate only apply on their stuff, or can it like reduce AC or anything like cutting words can? Mr. Dotry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Say that one more time for me.
I forget what all does demotivate apply to?
Everything. Skill checks, saving throws, or attack rolls.
Okay, but it's
next-
not like with cutting words where it can reduce the target's AC.
No,
Okay.
it cannot.
All right, so Argus is charging. So if you want to go ahead and move him up on the purple Skeleman, the purple squad shotgunner. Poor fella.
Can somebody help me?
You should have the little puppy right here. Can you see him?
There we go. I cannot.
Right here next to you, under God's flashlight.
I can't get a hold of him. I can't get an angle on it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you got him? All right, yeah.
Yep.
You can just kind of move him kind of to this square right here, and he can make his attack.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, where's he going?
I think he went to where the flashlight went.
Oh, nope. We want him over this way right here. Yeah. So if he's you want to drop him kind of thereabouts.
Look good.
One back right here. There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
So he is in his square to make an attack. You're fine.
I'm on the struggle bus today.
Not a problem. It is a crowded room. There's a lot in here.
Okay, so he rolled a 9. He's 13.
13 will hit. Roll damage.
Hell yeah.
Go, puppy, go. Okay.
You get to keep all the bones that you rip out of that.
Yes, you get to have them all, buddy. Okay. So he is 5 + 7. You get 9 points of
9
slashing
points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Very nice. So, tearing off, like, goes up, crunches through several of his ribs, rips them out. Definitely, it staggers. More of it just this kind of, it was like kind of a whole ghosty, but now it's kind of like it's flittering and fluttering all about, but it is still up. Anything else for your turn? Or well, I mean that was Gus, so you still have your stuff.
Yep,
you can
that was
do.
Gus. So I have my turn. So I am going to shoot him.
Roll it. Do it to it.
Okay. 14 + 8, 22.
That hits. Roll your damage. It is technically, I don't even know if it's actually technically possible for it to survive, but numbers go burr.
So it is 4. I must have just winged it.
Well, I definitely more than 4. Was that just the damage on your dice?
Yes.
Remember, you have the dice plus your dexterity modifier, so that should be
Oh,
the
yeah.
dice
Okay, so
plus
it's 8.
4. Yes.
8.
There we go. That will finish this one off as well. It's gun and bones clattering the floor, the ghostly visage that seemed to be the pilot vanishing.
Hell yeah.
Very nice. Is that gonna be it for your turn?
Let me see. I guess I will move because that's all that was inside, right? So
Yeah,
I'll
those are the
move
only 2 that were
outside,
inside.
yeah.
Everything is outside now.
Yeah, so I'll move outside.
Okay. So you're gonna step out. You're wanting to step out the front.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna stay inside. Okay. Are
Yeah,
you,
I'm
are
gonna
you still
stay
gonna move
inside,
to the
'cause-
doorway, or are you gonna stay where you
Yeah,
are?
I'll just move just to the doorway, and
Okay.
and that's where I'll stop for
Okay.
now.
You are still gonna be completely open to anybody firing into the doorway.
Oh, okay. Well, no, let's not do that. Let's. We don't want to.
Swinging saloon doors, cover they do not offer.
Yeah, yeah, not so much. Okay, where'd I go? I lost my grip.
You're right here.
Liam,
Yep.
can you help me move me so I'll like behind like they do dramatically.
Are you
the
wanting to
wall.
like still be by? Where'd you go? Are you still
Yeah, I
wanting to
wanna
be by the
beside
doorway,
door,
or
but
like are you
cover
still
behind
wanting to be on the
wall.
side you started off on? Or
No, put me on the other side because I don't want them to be able to shoot in at me.
Okay.
So I want to be on the same side. Same side.
You want to be the same
stairwell.
side as Sarah Bell? Like, do you want to be on this side or this side? Because there's much less cover on this side.
No, I want to be on the side where there's cover.
Okay,
And
so
I
you're
wanna
still gonna
like,
be over
up
here.
against the wall. Yeah.
So the way
against
this
the wall.
saloon is apparently constructed really weird, so you're gonna be floating about 10 feet in the air, but you are up against that wall, not 10 feet up in the air.
Okay, yeah, and I want Argus to move over there with me because he
Okay.
sticks by my side.
Argus, yeah, would be able to kind of
Thank you.
move to right here, also floating in the air a little bit.
We
Good time.
float. Down here we
Nice.
float. Okay, thank you.
All right, is that gonna be it for your turn? You said. All right.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Miss Ferngullet, you are not down. What would you like to do?
All right, Cerebell's gonna go 5, 10 outside the door.
All right, a bold
Oh,
strategy, Cotton.
Is that a shotgun user? I see.
There is the shotgun is currently back here. This guy has a revolver.
15. And she's going to shoot the shotgun user with her shotgun.
Okay. Your advantage is going to cancel out because you are within 5 feet of another target. It's still a ranged attack, so it's just a straight roll.
Okay.
Okay, just making sure.
Going with the auto strategy of ranged combat, I see.
22.
God damn, that'll hit. Roll damage. Actually,
I don't fucking need it.
you can roll damage. He had 1 HP.
Oh shit.
So
Well, I did 14 points of damage.
okay, just
Hell yeah.
boom, fires right past the revolver, right in front, and fucking obliterates it. Fucking shotgun falls to the ground. Some bones are still left shattered and all that fun stuff, and the ghostly energies. All right.
Cerebell will spit blood onto the one in front of her.
Uh-huh.
Undead. Oh, nope, that's Gaia.
Shrinks.
There's there's no joy in undead. And she's gonna cast Sanctuary on herself.
Nice. Very
and
nice.
Step back inside.
What does Sanctuary look like, out of curiosity for you?
For her, Sanctuary is she's gonna snap her finger and chant the incantation.
Uh-huh.
And black miasma of sickly energies will settle around her.
Okay.
Gross.
Badass.
It did save its wisdom save. I will tell you how I know, because it rolled a natural 20 on its wisdom save to still be able to make its reaction attack at you.
Okay.
So it does have a disadvantage because of the vicious mockery.
Wait, can
And-
you make a reaction attack with a ranged weapon?
Fucking donkey punching
Oh,
it just
okay.
like I'd say it's kind of like trying to pistol whip Cerebell in the back of the noggin. And wow, so I rolled natural 20 for the wisdom save. The attack roll was a 1 and a natural 20. So with a natural 1, it just whips through the air and does not hit you.
Nice. Okay.
So you said step
So,
back into the
5,
doorway. Very nice.
10, 15.
Awesome. Okay, is that gonna be it for your turn?
Yep, that's all she's got.
All right. Top of the initiative, guys. You are back there. You've made it out. You got your big fucking rifle. Fucking this bouncer lady is looking rough and was like, "Do something." What are you doing?
Well, he was in the process of hauling ass, and she starts yelling at him, and it occurs to him, the person he's looking for, he doesn't know who it is. Could
Correct.
be any of these people getting killed. Fuck.
Who knows? There's a lot of gunshots going
So-
on. You have no idea who's alive.
So
and who's
just
dead.
kind of a narrowed eyes. Who am I to deny assistance to a lady in distress? He does not sound charming when he says it, though. This is a very irritated man. He is going to bebop on over here. And yep, that'll give him line of sight on this guy.
Where are you? Jesus. I lost you. Okay, so you're shooting at one of the skellies. Which one? Are you shooting at this one?
Yep. Well, first, bonus action to hide. So that was like a crouch run. He's like, you know when you're like crouched down and you're trying to hustle?
Uh-huh.
Hide check.
Roll it.
$22.
22. You feel pretty stealthy. What do you say? Torches are 20 feet of bright and 20 feet of dim?
I believe so.
Yep,
yeah.
Okay. So your advantage is not canceled out because it is still standing in light of that torch.
That's the less important thing. Well, I mean, advantage is good, but I want damage.
Well, I mean, if you didn't have advantage, you still wouldn't get the sneak attack. I
If he
believe.
failed his perception check, unseen attacker story.
Oh, unseen attack. Okay, sure, fantastic. What's that attack roll?
That is a 20 dirty.
Yeah, that'll fucking hit. Roll your damage.
Let's roll some dice. I only have 1d6 and 112, so we're rolling them one at a time.
Okay. I would like to let everybody know, for those at home, the rifle he is using does 2d12 damage.
So,
He can only fire every other turn, though.
you yell at him to get involved, and you see him pull what appears to be 2 broomsticks, and he lays them on top of the little rail there. 26 damage.
Done. Done.
Sweet Jesus.
Just fucking disintegrates that fucking skeleton's chest, or that ghost cowboy. He's a ghost cowboy. God damn it! Fucking disintegrates it and fucking falls into a pile. Jeez Louise. Okay, is that it for your
Hell yeah.
turn? Guys, you are muted. Is that
Object interaction. He pulls out the strap.
pull
Well,
out them? Which
first
strap
gun.
is that? Oh, you have a palm pistol. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, ending your turn, Clyde.
Clyde's gonna pop around. He'll probably provoke that opportunity attack or whatever, that Overwatch guy, if he was being looked at.
Yeah, he was watching over there, so yeah, he would be firing. So he's actually in that square. You are inside the first range increment, so it is just a straight attack roll.
AC is 14 currently.
AC 14. Okay. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Shit.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah, that's rough. These guys do not have the 2d12 rifle.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. That is still going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
As it does, like, it was over there watching. You stepped in line of sight, and it shifted. Bang! Blood. It hurts. I don't know how much it's reduced by. I hope it's some.
It is reduced by not enough.
Not enough. Ow!
It is reduced by 2.
Nice. What a fun time! Isn't homebrew great?
Hell yeah. At least I can sleep in the armor, right?
Sure.
Silver
It's
line.
light armor. You can sleep in it anyway.
That's gonna hurt, but
Uh-huh.
in blinding rage and scanning the area for targets, sees a dude like, oh,
Below him. Yes.
oh, and the layup shots he will take.
Point down. Fire. Does not have cover from directly above him. Funny enough.
The first one's an 18.
Hits.
The second one is an 18 on the dice, so 24.
Hits.
Let's see.
that was your fucking main hand offhand, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
So the first one is 12 plus 4 is 14 damage. I'm sorry, 16 damage.
16.
And the second one is only 11.
Uh.
So 27 total.
Oh yeah. So that makes that a lot easier. Ow. That shit hurted. He's still up though.
We'll see if we can't put a stop
Bang!
to that.
Bang!
We'll
Shot.
We'll manifest another echo right out of me to do like a dive kick on him with some cat claws.
Okay, roll it.
That is a 13 on the dice plus 4, I think. So 17. Is that hit?
17 will hit. Yep.
All
Roll it.
right. D6 plus 2, 7.
7?
Yep.
Okay. That okay. Ow. Still up. Just 2 shots just down. Bam, bam. Fucking hit him. Claws come down. He's grunting pain. He does look up. He does see you up there. Anything else for your turn?
Yup, right back over there. We're gonna stay out of line of sight. No, sir. I don't want another one of those. Actually,
That's
you know what? I used 15 feet of my movement, so I guess that was 10 feet, and another 10 feet. I'll move right.
Okay, so you just moved kind of all that way, well behind the sign.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Where did my? Oh, there. I was like, where did the sign go?
I'll move
I
right
lost
there.
it. Okay.
All right.
You are pretty hidden. You feel like. Does that be it for your turn?
That's my whole turn.
All right. Purple squad has one remaining individual. There's a lot of bad shit happening outside all of a sudden.
That ghost says, "You know what? I don't get paid enough to be in Purple Squad."
That is not the case. It is, however, gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. Or he can say, I'm gonna say you have at least I cannot level my camera out to save my life. It is gonna be shooting at you, Callie. I say
Okay.
between that the wheel and the fucking the porch itself, you do have light cover, so you have +3 to your AC.
Okay.
Is he shooting through the echo too?
Can your echo actually occupy space? Also, it's 3 foot tall.
Hey man, I don't know how tall that porch is. It could be just enough.
Not that tall. That's gonna be a 14
16 with the cover.
with the cover.
13 plus 3 is 16.
Keeps it from hitting. Just skittering off of the wall right. I say the wall, off the wheel right in front of you. It does not make contact. It's then use the last little bit of its movement to hug up against that wall. That brings us to Callie.
Awesome. I just gotta kill this guy who hurt me real bad. So I'm gonna use my other face step to move 30 feet. Come on, thingy. I believe in you. No.
Onto the. Okay.
No. Well, Sure.
Trying to be on top, right?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to I'm trying to clear the cover. So
Right,
oh,
right.
I just put myself in the.
She's in the cart.
You are trapped now.
I'm trapped.
I'm trying to find you. Hold on. I'm just gonna, to make this easy, I'm just gonna make you fly. Here you go.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, just. Okay.
I don't know what door you're opening, Mr.
I was-
Dotry, but I just
I was
approved
trying to
it.
open the wagon door so you could.
Oh,
Okay, so wait, how do I elevate? Help
left
me.
control. So you should be able to left control while clicking on yourself, and then raise yourself up. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah,
Alright.
30 right on the dot. Awesome. So I am going to level my rifle at this guy again. Let me just be above board. Says it's 50 feet, so maybe. I'm gonna try very hard to be in that 40-foot range. There we go. Okay. So I am within the
Yep.
my
So it's a straight roll. Yeah.
straight roll. Yep.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna level my gun again. Again touching the thing on my collar, and using my other my last divine smite, or like I'm gonna use my last spell slot. So that white hot spiral goes down the barrel, and yeah,
Go ahead. Roll it
that
up.
is going to be 21.
21 is
To
very
hit.
good. He's going to use his reaction to try to at least reduce that damage, because I keep forgetting about his reaction.
Okay.
So he's taken a lot of damage that he might have been able to reduce. It do be like that sometimes. You said 21?
21 to hit, yeah.
21 still barely just hits, even with his, looks like he's moving to bring the tower, like trying to bring the tower shield up into the way.
Okay. So that is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 piercing damage, and then 7. No, math. Yes, 7 radiant.
So 17 total, right?
Correct.
He is just barely still up.
Fuck.
Because yeah, what did I say? 17. I'm down to 8. Yep. So he is just barely still up, because as he, like, the shield wasn't able to completely block it, but it did absorb some of the bullet's damage.
Okay.
Owie wowie. There's so much damage in this bucket.
Then what I would love to do then is
Sure.
because I used my bonus action to get on top. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to jump off on
on
this
that side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to go down. There we go. Yeah.
Roll a quick acrobatics check for me.
Yep, you
While
got
I'm
it.
about to decide what some people are able to do.
Acrobatics is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Like a cat. Haha. Because there is a cat in the party. Easy enough.
And I'm going to try to make myself as like close as possible.
Right. You can certainly try.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is the movement on this. As you're not hearing any commands from the guy, but you can only assume that he is commanding him, because he is rough. So he's going to try to shoot you with his hunting rifle.
Ouch.
The Winchester. That is a 16 to hit.
Right. Do I have any kind of cover, or is it just a straight roll?
It would be, well, I mean, his roll is a straight roll.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
but like.
That's not really a square you're occupying there,
Okay.
so no.
Okay, that's fine. So 13 with 3 damage redux.
Okay.
So
So I'm gonna allow you to take the damage off the top, so I don't have to memorize each of your guys' reduction. Just make sure you remember how
Yep.
much you're reducing. That's really good. Holy God in heaven, this fucking combat's gonna be so fucking swingy. That is 21 points of piercing damage.
Holy shit.
That was a 10 and an 8. Oh, I'm sorry, not 21, 19. My goodness, I was adding the wrong person's dexterity. But 19 points of piercing damage. With a 10 and an 8 on the D10s. Are you up? No?
no, I have 11 hit points currently. So even with -3, yeah,
Okay,
down.
it's still over. So we're gonna remove your fly. And Callie is knocked unconscious by that shot. It had to do some running, but Overwatch was its job. It's real not good. This guy is going to swing kind of back into the doorway. It's got some options. It's gonna try to shoot Sarabelle. The Sarabelle's right there, but that's a wisdom saving throw, correct? It fails, which means it has to attack somebody else, right? It's gonna try to shoot Belle. That is even at disadvantage. That is only a 10 though, at disadvantage, which I believe misses you, correct?
Yes, it misses.
Let's
Miss
go.
is gonna immediately back the fuck up again. Dipping back out. You could take an AOP on it if you wanted, Belle.
Of course I do.
We'll hit
So for AOP, can I shoot it?
10. No, ma'am, it has to be a melee attack. So you have to you're trying to donkey punch this thing again.
So then that's where I'll grab the chair and just whap it with the
It has
chair.
to be something that's in your hand. I mean,
Oh, in
whatever.
my
You know what?
hand?
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? It's still whatever. Do it. Do
Or,
it to
you
it.
know what? I'll swing around and like try to punch it with my tail.
Okay.
My tail
Roll
is
that attack for me.
dexterous.
10, 20, 30.
19.
19 will hit, and so that's, we said 3 damage.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Ending of red, Alistair.
All right. I'm still up here, so I need to fix that. How far is that drop? Does that look dangerous? I should have
Not if you make an acrobatics check. Whoops. God damn it.
Acrobatics, sure.
I
Why
don't know how
not?
you got yourself right there.
I'm not the most dexterous person, but we'll see how this
Does a
works.
triple backflip and lands on the floor.
+2, go! Okay, 16 + 2 for an 18 total.
18. Easy enough. Like I said, graceful. That's a ballerina.
Bye.
Landing on the floor.
It's- Need to get line of sight. Do I see this guy over here peeking his head in the window?
Which guy?
This guy right.
Yeah, probably so.
Especially
Sure.
if I peek my
Hell
head
yeah.
through the window.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Hello there. General Boney. Been expecting you.
Okay, so because of how the spell's worded, I think I'm gonna need some clarification from you.
What's the spell? Read it out.
Thunder wave. It's 15 feet square from me. Do you think it'll go through the wall and hit him?
It is a wave.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say no.
Okay, so no.
Not even through the window?
That's what I was aiming for, but if it's no worries. Okay, that's one of the only damaging spells that I got aside from Vicious Mocker.
That's a good point. Go for it. Go for it.
What's up?
I will say that he's basically like kind of spell cover, kind of getting your hand up there. So he'll have like a +1 to his con save. I mean, it's a con save. Fuck it. Just why not?
Okay. I mean, if you don't feel good about it, man, I can just do it.
Nah.
Okay.
That is a 16 on the dice though.
All right. So
it'll be
beats
half
my
damage.
save. Okay. So what'll happen? I'm gonna cast it at second level. What Alice will do is, Miss Bell, you have to forgive me for breaking some of your rules. Agatha, darling, please pass me the shotgun. And Agatha will throw out a sawed-off shotgun over to Alistair, and he'll just straight through this window.
Fantastic. Roll that damage.
And that's 3d8, I believe.
Oh man. Nice.
Oh, 3 6s on the dice for 18
So
points of damage.
18 down to 9. Very nice. Owie wowie. Bone shards everywhere. Ghost cowboyiness. Wispy. That shit fucking hurted.
I gotta think, leader guy behind this box does not feel super great about his current situation.
Probably not. He doesn't feel great.
Is he's still up?
He is still alive.
Okay, I'll use a bonus action then, and
To motivate.
yeah, and demotivate him.
Give him a torch. The last guy died before he got a chance to be properly demotivated.
And that'll be it for my turn.
Fantastic. That does bring us to the leader guy. Speaking of,
What's up?
just points his revolver. Is gonna shoot your Echo.
I think it's so weird. My Echo's got a better AC than me.
Well, it's a weird wispy fella. That is a 17 though.
Yeah, he got some skill.
A shotgun blast. Things are bad. He saw the shot go. He knows that lady's down. Heard a really big ass fucking gun from over there, so you know he's good off of that. He's gonna step over here and look in the window though. And he's gonna fire again.
Hello there, sir. Put that gun down, please.
Just not even respond. He's just panting. That is a 13 to hit.
13 will hit me. Yes.
Will hit. Those are the right dice. Quick, fast, and hurry. 10. That is me 13 points of piercing damage.
Minus 2 for 11. Okay.
And he's gonna action surge and try to shoot you 2 more times.
Fun.
That one's definitely gonna hit.
Hey guys, this dude was a fighter.
Appreciate it.
The other 2 are gonna hit because they were an 18 and a 16 on the dice respectively.
I will go down.
Okay, you sure?
I roll damage. I'm almost positive I'll go down on the second one.
First one was relatively bad at 8.
So that won't knock me down.
The second one was also not super great at 10.
Down.
Down?
Yep.
And that is all juice that man has in the tank. That is going to end his turn. Bell.
Damn it.
DM, real quick. Sorry, Belle. Would I have cover from any of these shots through the window at all? Or I don't know if that matters.
Light cover, which would have been +3 AC.
+3 AC. What was the first one? It was a 13 to hit.
Mhm.
My AC is 11 +3, 14. That first shot would have
14.
missed.
First shot would have missed. So that first one was 13 damage. So you gained 13 HP back. I would assume you're still up. Or I say not 13 HP. It would have been 13, whatever you reduced it down to.
Been 11.
So 11, so you get 11 HP back. So the second 2 shots were 8 and 10. So it would have been.
Okay, well, let me.
So if
just
you're
go
taking
to
2
my
off of
notes.
each, That would have been 8 and 6, so you would have taken 14 damage
14.
instead.
Okay. I'm still very hurt, but standing. With that being the case.
Okay. Ooh. No, it's fine. That's okay. Okay. That is going to be his turn. Belle, what you doing?
Okay. Again, so Argus and Belle are gonna race out the door. As they pass the table, with her offhand, Belle's gonna grab a beer mug or a stein on her way out. It's her offhand, and so Argus is gonna go first at the closest.
You'd be coming out. If you're coming out the door, it's right here. So probably is that red
Yes.
one would be the closest.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Oh, I can't even see them on the thing.
Yeah, you can't. You won't. You probably won't be able to see him until you get outside because of
Okay.
fog of war.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Where am I?
You are
Okay.
right here. So if you stepped outside, you'd have been right there. Argus, if he stepped out in front of you, would have
Awesome, thank
been
you. Right there.
like right
Okay,
here
I see him.
in front of
Yep.
you first.
Okay. All right. So Argus would attack him,
Surely. Moving
Charge him?
forward.
and that is a nat 20 for Argus.
Let's go.
Argus.
Roll that
But
damage. Roll that
Yeah.
damage.
He wants them
Go
bones.
puppy, go puppy.
Hey,
He
Mom,
what?
Mom, look, there's snacks
Mama.
inside of these.
Oh wait, I was rolling my damage. That's not right.
Yeah,
That's
roll
not
roll
right.
Argus's damage.
Unless your damage is higher than
It
you,
was-
then you roll. yours.
No,
It was-
no.
Yeah, mine was a lot higher. Mine was 18 on the dice. So okay. Argus has 9. I think. Oh wait.
So remember, you roll his
No.
damage dice, double the dice, and
Oh,
then add the
okay.
modifier.
Okay. So his damage dice 1d8
I believe it should be a 1d8.
plus 2. Okay.
So yeah, 1d8, double whatever you rolled on the
Okay,
d8,
cool.
and then add 2 to it.
So that would be 10.
10 damage.
Yeah.
So it is up still, barely. 10 damage. Unfortunately, not quite enough. Ripping off one of its arms. Still has the revolver in its other. What's she doing?
I'm gonna shoot it. That's
gonna shoot it?
24.
24 hits. It had 1 hit point. Done.
Oh, I wish I'd known that. I wouldn't have wasted it.
I mean, it would have gotten to go again, maybe, if you
Oh.
didn't. So,
Okay. 9 points of piercing damage.
yeah, like I said, so you fucking Argus rips off one of its arms while it's still lurching. Fire, shatter more bones. The wispy spirit holding it together dissipates. Another one of the ghost cowboys is gone.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, I can hit with a weapon in my other hand. And if you allow it, DM, I'm gonna let that beer mug be a weapon.
Unfortunately,
I'm
it's not
gonna-
a light weapon.
Oh, dangnabbit. Okay, never mind. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna slow it down on there and sling it down on there and release some frustration. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Ending your turn, Sarah Bell. You are going to be our last turn for the night.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Cerebel is going to move 5, 10. She's going to hit Bell with a false life. Giving
Is it
her...
Can false life target anyone besides self?
Oh, that's self. Okay. Never mind. You're right. Okay. Then she's just gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20.
You can basically pretend like the doors
25,
aren't there
30.
because they're A, they're mangled, and B, they're supposed to be swinging doors.
And then
We're just-
she's
they're
going.
open so you can move. She's gonna do what?
She is. How is the dude looking?
Bad. Very,
Okay.
very bad.
And where she's at right now I don't know if she'll see. Would she be able to see that Kyla's character's down?
Roll a perception check for me. It's feasible. It's just it might be a little difficult.
19 on the dice.
19.
Plus
Yeah.
15.
You see the slumped form of Callie who you met earlier, right over by those wagon wheels.
She's gonna dash.
Okay, so you're gonna use your action to dash.
Yep.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, you're moving your hauling ass over there. You are now out in the open. You do still have your sanctuary though. That's
Mhm.
very, very good. Fantastic. So, as I was about to say our heroes. Yes.
Bonus action. She's gonna yell for John to get the fuck out here.
Noted. John goes on your turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Roll a perception. Does John have a perception? Can you communicate with John telepathically? I don't know how that works.
I believe it's telepathic. I don't
can
have the
see him.
document. I can send that to you.
Okay, that's fine. It's not gonna be relevant right now, but
Yeah.
just make sure you keep that in mind that you have called that out. So, as I was about to say, our heroes earlier, our gunslingers, our dastardly ne'er-do-wells in some cases, our protagonists are in the midst of a hated gunfight in the middle of the streets of Crystal Grit with ghost cowboys and a regular cowboy with a giant fuck-off shield, because hell yeah, why not? That is where we're going to leave them. Unfortunately, we will be back and we'll wrap this combat up, hopefully quite quickly at the start of next session, which will be next Wednesday, once again, starting at right around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, which is going to be every Wednesday up and until we wrap up this campaign. The only way to know when we'll wrap it up is if you're here. So make sure to be here on Wednesdays. We do rootin', tootin', pointin', shooting, and other fun times. On Saturdays, we, of course, here at Hard Knock Dice have our Across Eberron campaign ran by the ever so shaman Jonesy, which that is a ton of fun. That is at fucking 5 p.m. Eastern. I fucking
There it is.
times. So that's at 5 p.m. on Saturdays, which that is gonna be, that's got a lot of fun and exciting stuff, and we are approaching the climax of the story, so you should be here for that. That's in Eberron, obviously, as according to the name. Might even be across Eberron. But that's fantastic, and I think we've got a one shot coming up. There's gonna be politics and things coming up soon. That's gonna be on a Sunday, so watch out for that. It's gonna be a ton of fun, my friends. Hate me. So good times all around. So we are going to be on our way out. Oh, of course, open up your heart wallets to a great cause. Donate to Extra Life. Helps kids. That's a good thing. So be lawful, not a jerk, and and help these kids out. But on our way out, we're gonna be raiding Legends of Adventurous. They do D&D things and TTRPG things as well. So give them your love, and everybody have a fun and wonderful rest of the week. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all
know.
come back now, you hear?
Yeah, come back now. Simmer down now.
Oh, we're still live for 5 seconds. My bad.
We are not gone yet. We are
Here.
not gone yet.
Facebook.
Y'all take it easy. Follow us on
MySpace.
stuff.